Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. We're back again after many technical difficulties earlier, but figured I'd salvage what happened earlier and give you guys my post-fight reaction to Teofimo Lopez. Now, it is your boy BT. We are live here on True School Sports. I'm with my main man, Dan A. Okay, special guest. If you don't know, it's my little brother here. Okay, the result of the fight was Teofimo Lopez getting a 12-round unanimous decision over Masayoshi. Hatanaki or Nakatani? Nakatani. Masayoshi Nakatani. Okay, we know half of his name. We're knowing it now. It was a good fight, man. First of all, it was a good fight. Was it full of fireworks like we normally see in Teofimo Lopez fights? No, absolutely not. It was not one of those fights, but it was what he needed at this point in his career. Because what good is it gonna do for him if he goes in there and he's knocking down every opponent like a piece of trash and some bowling pins? Okay, he went in there against a guy that, I'll be honest, I didn't know much about him. You didn't know much about him. You know, the guy was not even a household name in his own household. Okay, but we saw Teofimo Lopez go in there with a guy who thought he could win, and you know, it was what he needed. It was what he needed at this point in his career. Nakatani being a 6-foot lightweight, you know, he was putting that stick on him, left, right, and center, putting that straight stick on him, jabbing real well. We saw, you know, Hatanaki land, you know, plenty of straight right hands on the chin, you know, on the temple. You know, we saw him get a little dirty. You know, this is a guy, for lack of a better, he did not give a damn about any of this stuff. He did not give a damn. He came to win, and you know, credit to him. I'd like to see more of him in the future, because I feel like he at least earned some big fights in the future against other opponents. They want to bring him in as the B side, but you know, as for Tio's performance, I'll be honest with you, it was not the most impressive performance from him tonight. I think in many ways he got exposed. He got exposed a little bit by you know, Masayoshi, the Japanese fighter, because, you know, he fights in that Floyd Mayweather kind of, not Floyd Mayweather, but that Billy Shell kind of stance, and a lot of times there was a lot of posturing going on, and I feel like with an opponent like this, it's not going to be like if he fought Comey, if he fought Lomachenko, he won't have time to sit there and posture and pick his shots. No. Comey's going to come. He's gonna look to land that damn right hand. You know, if that lead left hand is down, Comey will come with the right hand. He'll come with the left hook, and if Comey touches you with one, he got the African power. Literally, he got the African power. You know, I think Teofimo will be in big trouble. So, you know, listen, my main man Evander Holyfield, good friend of mine. Well, actually, no, I don't want to go that far. He's not a good friend of mine, but he's someone I'm cool with. Okay, I've talked to Holyfield many times about boxing. Holyfield said this to me one time. He said, "Look, in boxing, you're not gonna look great in every fight. Now you might be this good one fight, and you might be that good one fight. But as long as you're that much better than your opponent on the night, you'll get the win." So Teofimo didn't look sensational tonight, but he was that much better than his opponent on the night. So that's what it was. You know, hopefully he can go with his dad, make the necessary adjustments in the gym, and just learn and get better from here. You know, this if applied correctly, this could be one of the best things to happen to his career. Now, my man Dene, this is like one of the first fights I probably have. One of the first. I know you watched one other fight before, but it's one of the first fights you actually sat down and you watched me. Well, what'd you think about Teofimo Lopez tonight? What'd you think?
I think, I don't know, Lopez. Both of them wasn't really that good, but. It was a fun fight to watch.
It was a fun fight to watch.
I just wanted to watch some good hits because I don't know much about boxing.
He doesn't know. So he's being honest with you guys. He doesn't know much about boxing, okay? But to be fair, a lot of you guys who come in my comments don't know much about boxing either, so y'all ain't even playing field as far as I'm concerned, okay? But, you know, it was one of those fights, Dene, because a lot of times in boxing, sometimes you get fights where the styles, like even though we know Teofimo Lopez, I saw you in the highlights earlier, he was knocking dudes out, doing cartwheels and stuff, so you know he's entertaining. But sometimes you get fighters in there with styles that don't allow a fighter to look as good as we're accustomed to seeing him. And I feel like this guy he fought tonight, being that he's 6 feet tall, he's putting that stick on him. You know, Tia wasn't gonna look as good, so he got.
It was entertaining to watch.
It was still a good fight. It was a good fight because it wasn't one-sided.
Yeah.
It wasn't a one-sided beatdown. Although those are fun to watch too sometimes, but. His next fight when he fights Comey, oh my God, that's gonna be a war. He better go tighten up, cause that's if that same Teofimo Lopez comes in against Comey,
It's night.
it's night. You saw. I showed you some Comey highlights earlier. It's night for him. So I'm gonna get some. Let's get some comments, okay? My main man, 13 rounds of boxing. Big shouts to I know 13 rounds. You're a big Lomachenko fan, and me and you. I think the last hangout I did last weekend, I was a bit animated. So if I was a bit disrespectful last week, I apologize for that. But you asked me, do I still think Teofimo can beat Lomachenko? Because I've been very vocal about that. I think Teofimo could beat Lomachenko. Yeah, I maintain it. I think if he goes in the gym and makes the necessary adjustments, he can. But I'll be honest with you, he better make them and make them quick. He better make them quick. Because if that Lopez, forget Lomachenko, because he's not even there yet. All right, he's not even there yet. If that same Lopez shows up against Comey, he's gonna walk away with a fat ass L. I'll be honest with you, and I like Lopez, so I hope he goes and make those adjustments because I've been saying it for a long time. Comey is the dark horse division. Everybody's talking about Lomachenko. Everybody's talking about Teofimo. People are talking about Devin Haney. No. Comey is in the room. He's in the room, and if you're not in your P's and Q's, he'll bitch slap you straight up. So that's what it is. But I'm not wavering on what I said. I still think Lopez has. Listen, I'll say it like this: as long as Lopez can make the weight comfortably, and he's not incredibly weight drained, and he's strong, he's always got a chance against Lomachenko. Now, do I think he's gonna go out there and outbox Lomachenko? Absolutely not. Hell no. But I think he can stop Lomachenko. I think he's strong enough to do that. But I'll tell you this: I'm a lot less confident after what I saw tonight than I was a couple fights ago. So we'll see.
I told you Lomachenko will win.
Yeah, I showed him because he doesn't watch boxing like that. So I asked him. I was like, yo. There's a guy Teofimo Lopez, this guy Lomachenko. I showed him highlights of both. I said, who do you think will win? He said Lomachenko. I said, why do you think Lomachenko? What did you tell me earlier?
I said footwork and he hits really hard. For the highlights I saw.
Yeah, footwork and hits really hard. So there you go. So he's telling me, Brandon, hey, I don't know what the hell you're looking at, BT. Lopez ain't got a prayer, but hey, it is what it is, man. I still like his chances. Lopez will get iced by Richard Comey. Yeah, I'll tell you right now. If that same guy shows up against freaking Comey, it's night for him. I'll be honest with you. I love Tio, but it is what it is. If Richard Comey lands by Lopez, then Lopez could be in trouble. No, ain't no could. He is. He's gonna have to go back to the drawing board. So, we'll see. If that Japanese guy had any power, it would be night. Yeah, I mean, I think it was the 10th round. He caught him with a right on the chin, bang, and he was getting all up in his ass that 10th round. I mean, Tio had no answer for him in that 10th round. Now, he made a great point though. I'll say this: you got to at least give Tio this. He made a great point in his post-fight interview. He said that with the height, being 6 foot tall, it gave him some problems. And then he made the point that look, Lomachenko in about a month or so, he's got to fight a taller guy. And by the way, the guy he's fighting is he's a higher caliber than Hatanaki. So
Nakatani.
Whatever. Nakatani. You're right. Thank you for correction. So we'll see. We'll see, man. What else we got? You guys are going to ruin Teofimo Lopez putting him in with Vasily Lomachenko. Nah, he can still fight Lomachenko. Wow, really true school. Yeah, earlier when I said that about I was joking around when I said that earlier. Nakatani got robbed, and you thought Lomachenko was ducking Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, he was, because he's moving the goalposts to not fight him. So yeah, that doesn't mean he won't beat Lopez, but he was ducking him. Let's see. What did I score the fight? I gave Hatanaki 8 rounds, or not 8 rounds. I gave him 4 rounds. I gave Lopez 8 rounds. So I had like 116, 112. I think Hatanaki was very good tonight as far as when he doubled up on the jab, when he worked behind the jab, shot the right hand over the jab. He was able to have a lot of success against Tio. But I think the clear-cut difference in this fight was the speed of Lopez, his ability to catch and shoot were clearly the difference in this fight. I feel like if Hatanaki maybe had been a bit quicker, had more foot speed, or been able to cut the ring better, or maybe they scored a knockdown, then we're talking about a different fight. But he wasn't able to do that. Teofimo Lopez got caught, but he didn't get knocked down, and that was the important thing in this fight what's his name?
Nakatani. Not Nakatani. Something.
Nakatani. Jesus. So yeah.
I still like Nakatani though.
Yeah, I want to see him again. I hope Top Rank or one of the other promoters bring him back again for another fight. You know, he went in there tonight with a guy in Lopez who let's face it, Lopez to go in there against a lot of the other 135 pounder and straight up iced him. You know, we saw what he did to Diego Magdaleno. We saw what he's done to other fighters. So look, I could see the scorecards being very close. I personally gave Nakatani 4 rounds, but I could see a scorecard where you even give him a round more. Or, you know, I know some of you guys are going in the comments saying you thought he won. I don't think he did quite enough to win because, like I said, you score boxing round by round. You score the 3 categories. Those categories being good night, Rob Davies. Thank you, champ. Those categories being effective aggression, defense, ring generalship. Now, in terms of effective aggression, I feel like Teofimo was slightly more effective, aggressive as far as in terms of aggression than Nakatani for the majority of the rounds. Defensively, he wasn't getting caught as much as Nakatani, and I don't know. I thought the scorecards were extremely wide for Lopez. 119, 110, 118, 111, but it is what it is. True School Sports. Do you see how worked up? To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of discouraged by what I just saw. I still think Teofimo is a great talent, but I'm gonna say it like this: he better get in that gym. Like as soon as he can go in the gym, he better go work on those, make those adjustments quick. Andre Ward made a great point in the middle rounds, and he said that if Lopez needs to stop with the whole shoulder roll thing. He can still fight in the shoulder roll, but fight in the shoulder roll once you have the fight under control. You don't do that from the get go because he was basically getting caught with right hands, and I even saw a couple times when Nakatani would shoot the left hook to the body, he was always open for the right hand over the top. So I could see a scenario where Lomachenko throws one of those left hooks to the body, and then slides to the right and then shoots the right hook over, and it could be night for Teo. So he's got a lot to do, and honestly, look, I'll be honest with you guys. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. My dad doesn't like when I say this because he says like when I say this like I'm hating women. So listen, I wanna just qualify everything I'm gonna say by saying that I do not hate women, okay? But I'm gonna explain myself after I say this, okay? My opinion and where I think Teofimo Lopez could be in his boxing career has lowered quite a bit since he got married. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? It's not just because he got married. It's because he got married at 21, 20. Yeah. The girl was like 27. So, he's got a lot to deal with at such a young age. And then he's already under the spotlight of all this stuff. So I feel like it's too much, too soon. And psychologically, that's going to weigh on him. That's going to weigh on him. I feel like so. I know that sounds like a bullshit. Like, I know that sounds like bullshit, but I legitimately believe it. You cannot unconvince me of this. So that's just my take. But there's a lot of comments. I want to get to all you guys. I think you're right, Chusco. Teofimo Lopez clearly won the fight, but had some trouble. Yeah, he had a lot of trouble. And to be fair to him, too, he fought a guy that none of us knew anything about.
Yeah.
So it's not like his dad or him can go on YouTube and say, okay, well, he does this, he does that. No, he had to learn on the fly. So that's not an excuse, but sometimes, like I said, those guys are the most dangerous. We've seen it many times in boxing. So that's that. Who was it? Eric Escobar Caban. He says, do you like Albert Bell? Yes, I do like Albert Bell. Albert Bell is a good fighter. He fought, what was his name? Andy Vences on the Tyson Fury undercard, and he had a good performance. I liked the way he throws his right hand. I think he's got a good right hand. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do. Bro, don't start making excuses for him. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm telling you what I think about him. That's not an excuse. Okay, if he fights Lomachenko and Lomachenko beats his ass, then so be it. He beat his ass. Teofimo ain't paying my bills, so listen, I'm not going to sit here and take up for him. But look, I'm just telling you what I think. Listen, you ask me for my opinion, I'm giving you my opinion. Yeah, Lopez versus Virgil Ortiz would be really, really good. That'd be a good fight. Obviously, we have to have that famous sparring session. Virgil Ortiz is a young fighter who and there's a video on YouTube. And him and Teofimo Lopez were sparring, and he knocked Teofimo Lopez down in sparring. It's like on YouTube. So people want to see the fight because of that. But yeah, hold on. I want to go up because the way this app is set up, like when you guys comment, it goes all the way back down. Someone said Devin Haney has a better chance at beating Lomachenko. You know what? That's not crazy to say because Devin Haney, I feel like, has better technical boxing skills than Lopez. He's a bit longer than Lopez. One thing, listen, I like Teofimo a lot, but look, these are objective criticisms I have of him, okay? Because I can do that with fighters. I can look at any fighter, even the fighters I like, and objectively criticize them. One thing I've noticed with Teofimo Lopez, and it really showed itself tonight, is he doesn't vary the speed of his punches. It's like baseball, right? In baseball, if a pitcher throws a fastball over and over and over again, eventually you time that fastball and you smack the shit out the park, okay? Teofimo Lopez throws his punches at the same speed. Bang, 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 bang. He doesn't vary the speed of the punches. And the reason that's a problem is because when you got a guy like Lomachenko who's been in 300, almost damn near 400 amateur fights and is one of the smartest fighters who ever lived, he can dissect that stuff real quickly. So I don't know why I'm saying he needs to learn how to vary the speed of his punches, but it's one of those things where he needs to be more conscious of this and do more of it. But again, he's 17, 18 fights into his career, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that in the fight. So I think he pretty much is what he is. There's only certain tweaks he can make at this point in his career, but we'll see. He's still young enough and green enough in his career to where he can do that, so we'll see, but it has to happen quick. Michael Cerdo says, I feel your opinion. Thanks for it, bro. No problem here. All right. Appreciate that, champ. Everything that's been happening besides personal family issues has been good things. Okay. Hater, I'm telling you that. That's funny. I think it's just a speed bump. Lopez seems to understand. Wait, where is it? Dude, I hate this app. Seems to understand flaws. So hopefully he improves to get himself ready for the top. Yep, hopefully, man, because I'll tell you right now, he cannot show up that way. Yeah, he cannot show up that way against Comey. Forget Lomachenko. We can't even talk about Lomachenko right now. Okay, we can't talk about that because he's gotta get past Comey and he ain't no walk in the park. What do you think? You think Comey's a walk in the park? No. You saw what he did earlier. You saw how he making dude say night sleeping him. So it is what it is. There. We'll get back to Teofimo Lopez in a minute. So you guys keep your comments coming in about that, but also please make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we just hit 22K. We want to 23K. That Michael Jordan, you know. And yeah, let me know what city, what state, where are you watching from tonight? Like where are you streaming? Where are you watching the stream from right now? Right now we're in Davie, Florida, not in Dania or Hollywood, but we're in Davie. So yeah, that's what it is. But I wanted to talk about Maxim Dashdev, the Eastern European fighter that fought earlier tonight in the co-main event. He fought the Puerto Rican guy, whose name I can't remember right now, but he got folded up and stopped in the 11th round. Now he lost. It was his first ever fight. He was 13-0 coming in, but that's not really the story. The real story is tonight. The real hero of tonight is Buddy McGirt, his trainer. Okay, Buddy McGirt, because Buddy McGirt tonight. What's up, Kimo? We're live right now. We're live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. But Buddy McGirt, he was We're live. We're live on YouTube. We're live. We're live, Tori. You want to say hi, Tori? We're live on YouTube.
Sure, what's up?
What
y'all doing?
Say hi to people. We're live. We sat and watch boxes. Say what's up, Tori.
What's up, boxing world?
What's up, Kimo and Tori? It is what it is. But we wanted to talk about Buddy McGirt because Dashdev, it was his first ever fight. He lost. He was getting his ass like whooped, body shots, head shots, all just the whole 9 yards. He was getting, and I was watching it and I could tell he was getting taken as a punishment, but I didn't think it was like that bad. So I see Buddy McGirt saying, "Hey," he's literally begging him. He's like, "Listen, man, we had to stop this fight. Please let me do this. Please. Because if you don't do it, they're gonna do it. Please." So he pleased him for about 30 to 45 seconds while he's in the corner. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Buddy McGirt, he's exaggerating. Like, he's getting his ass whooped, but why? So they stopped the fight. Dashdev comes out the ring. And the dude couldn't even walk down the steps. And now, as I'm speaking to you guys, the last thing I heard of him was that he's in the hospital. He's got a lot of brain swelling. And he has to go get he basically has to go get brain surgery. So, you know,
there was another report, but the TV was muted.
yeah, we muted the TV, so there probably is new developments. But you know, I just know anytime you talk about brain swelling, brain surgery, I mean, we're talking about a guy. I could go to sleep tonight and we could tomorrow, and he could be dead. So you know, my thoughts, my prayers, my wishes just go out to him and his whole entire family. So you know, it's unfortunate, but that's the harsh reality of the fight game. You know, a lot of times I think as fans we get caught up in like the glitz and the glam and this guy making that money and ratings and all that BS, but at the end of the day it's still a fight, and you can go on there and you're gonna go in there in most cases and you're gonna come out differently than you went in. So you know, it's unfortunate he lost his fight tonight against, you know, his first true step of fight, but you know, just credit to Buddy McGirt, and Buddy McGirt was a great fighter in his day. You know, it's funny, his trainer, I forgot to tell you this, his trainer actually fought Pernell Whitaker twice. Yeah, his trainer was a great fighter, but Buddy McGirt tonight showed the value of what a great trainer is, and not a great trainer in the sense of, oh, I'm gonna hold the pad and show you how to throw ones and twos. No, a great trainer is also, listen, when your fighter has a fight beaten out of them, recognizing that and saying, look, I'm not gonna be greedy and have an ego. I'm gonna look out for his best interest and for his health, and not get him beat up into oblivion. And that's what Buddy McGirt did tonight. He stopped the fight. You know, and for that reason, you know, I'll be honest with you, for that exact reason, I feel like Buddy McGirt should be the trainer of the year. Earlier this year, Buddy McGirt trained Sergey Kovalev to the biggest and best performance of his career when he needed it the most against Elliot Alvarez. And that in itself was a great fight, and Kovalev is world champion light heavyweight again. So I feel like that right there already put him in the running. But now he has saved the life of a fighter. You know, I don't know whether or not he's going to live, or he's going to see another day, Dash Deer, but at least there's that chance that he could see another day. So it was what it was, man. It was what it was. But I think, you know, he's had the complete year of a trainer. He's trained guys to win big fights when they needed it most, and he's also saved their asses from themselves, as many fighters need to do. Because sometimes these fighters, man, like, they're fighters. They train to go to 12 rounds, so they don't give a damn. They want to go the full 12. But sometimes going that full 12 could cost them not just an L on the record, but it could cost them their life, it could cost them their health, and it could cost them a lot. So, what you think, Dene?
Just, I hope he's good. Hopefully he stays alive. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it. Let's get to some comments. My man Tony Digital says, you don't play boxing. You're damn right. Boxing is a dangerous sport. Yes, it is. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. Everybody's talking about that fight now. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like, I'll tell you this much, man. Teofimo Lopez has to find the happy medium between the shoulder roll and keeping that left hand up early in fights. Because if he doesn't, when he fights fighters who have elite right hands, it's going to be night for him. So we'll see, man. But he's still strong at the weight. I still think speed-wise, counter-punching-wise, reflex-wise, he'll be a problem for anybody in the division. But, you know, tonight he did not look his best. Who's next for Tank Davis? Well, Tank Davis has a fight coming up next Saturday that really nobody's talking about because it's not going to really, you know, he's fighting a guy he's expected to beat. So he's fighting Ricardo Nunez. We'll watch it, but it's not really anything I'm too excited about. Someone asked me, am I going to be live tomorrow during the fight? Well, you just asked the question of the night. Because as it stands right now, I do not have the funds to order the Pacquiao pay-per-view because something came up recently. So I'm kind of in a pickle. But where there is a will, there is a way. And F it, yeah, I'm going to be live tomorrow. We're going to find a way. We're going to find a way to be live tomorrow. Now, there is a fight tomorrow afternoon. We have Dillian White facing Oscar Rivas from the UK. That'll be a big fight for the heavyweight division. And yeah, I'll definitely be live for that for sure. But as for Pacquiao, that one's like 50-50, but I'm going to find a way to go live for it. Wayne Bordeaux says Shakur Stevenson versus Teo at 135. That is a good fight. Obviously, we know Shakur Stevenson has those ambitions to move up. He's a very good technical boxer. He's actually the kind of fighter I think could probably beat Lopez right now if he was at 135. But unfortunately, he's not. He's at 126. So not yet. But I think in that fight, you know what's funny? As much as I like Teo, stylistically, I think Shakur would beat him. I'll be honest with you. I think Shakur probably outbox him. If he don't get caught, he's outboxing him. Eric Gomez of Golden Boy Promotions wants Canelo to take 2 years off, and Simon Dyer of The Zone is pissed. I did not hear about that, but if that's the case, then it really makes me not like Canelo even more, to be honest with you, because he gets preferential treatment. My dad had an aneurysm in 2010. He's disabled now. Oh, man, that sucks, man. God bless him. God bless him. It's tough stuff, man. But, yeah, we have people from all over the world. We got Las Vegas in the house. Seattle's in the house. Okay, again, Seattle, Vegas. We had people from England here earlier. But yeah, man, just overall, listen, I still love Teofimo Lopez, but that guy cannot show up against Lomachenko or Commey and get it done. No way in hell. No way in hell will that guy couldn't show up against Haney. I mean, he still does some things good. Like I'll give him credit where he did well. He boxed well in spots. Like he counterpunched really good. He still showed I got a way for you to get all the fights. My man Roddy Claude. Okay, well, suggest it down below. If you're not trying to be a smart ass, suggest it down below. Because someone might say, oh, well, why don't you get a, whatever. I heard the Zone is forcing Canelo to fight GG, but he don't want to, so he's not going to fight in September. Well, thank God, because I'm sick of seeing them two fight. I want to see a third fight. To hell with that. Rivas is going to KO Dillian White. A lot of people are saying that Rivas is going to KO Dillian White. I wouldn't be surprised. Rivas is a good fighter, has a great amateur pedigree. I think people are actually overlooking him. We saw what he did to Brian Jennings his last fight. He's one of them strong Colombians. Colombian fighters are wild. So, yeah, man, I think that fight could literally be one of the. I think that fight, if it goes how I picture it in my head, it could be the fight of the year. This is the heavyweights tomorrow. But Richard Commey sucks going backwards. That's true. But my thing is this. Teofimo Lopez is the kind of fighter, and I like him, but he's the kind of fighter that has no problem sitting there, posturing, and sitting there in the pocket looking for counter-punching opportunities. And if you're a fighter like that against Commey will come forward, and he'll make you get on that back foot. So he may not be good fight on his back foot, but he's damn sure good fighting on his front foot. So Teofimo Lopez better not sit there and posture with him. Who do you got in the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury rematch? That's a great question. This question has been asked many times here on True School Sports, and I will give you the same answer I've gave everybody. Tyson Fury gonna school Deontay Wilder in the rematch. He ain't gonna get touched. I think in the first fight, we saw a Fury that, yes, he had some tune-up fights, but in terms of big fights, he had a big fight in 3-4 years. He basically got up off of a couch, a futon that looks like this, and boxed Deontay Wilder. And he still, aside from the rounds that he got knocked down in, I feel like he outboxed him for the most of the rounds. Now that he's match fit, he's been getting rounds in, or he had a couple rounds against he had 2 rounds against Tom Schwartz. He's getting another fight in December. By the time he gets to Wilder, he'll be sharp. He'll be sharp as a steak knife. Be steak knife sharp. And I've said it before he was even returned back to heavyweight. I said, look, Tyson Fury comes back, and he's even 70% of the guy that beat Klitschko. He is the best heavyweight in the world, and it's not even close. Who are your top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world? Okay, that's good. See, now we're asking great questions. My top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, in chronological order. Okay, number 1, my pound-for-pound king is Alexander Usyk. Cleared out the cruiserweight division, went undisputed in 18 fights, cleared out one of the deepest weight classes in boxing. No way that, in my opinion, that he's not the number 1 pound-for-pound boxing. That's my opinion. Number 2, Naoya, the monster Inoue from Japan. Scaling weight classes, stepping up opposition. The more they step him up, the quicker he knocks them out. He's fighting Nito Donaire in the final. I think he's going to stop Donaire in 5 rounds or less, and he'll have a legitimate claim to being the best fighter in boxing. Number 3, Vasily Lomachenko. Obviously, we know Lomachenko has done had a great start to his career. He's won a world title in like 2 or 3 weight classes. Made elite fighters quit on the stool. So a really good fighter. Many would argue he's a pound number 1 in boxing, but I feel like his strength of opposition isn't at where Usyk's is at, and I don't think he's beating fighters as sensationally as Inoue is beating them. But he has legitimate case for pound number 1. I got him number 3. Number 4, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo. Wait, is it Canelo? Number 4, Canelo. And number 5, well, no, number 5 can be Canelo. Number 4 is Terrence Crawford. So yeah, number 1 Usyk, number 2 Inoue, number 3 Lomachenko, number 4 Terrence Crawford, and number 5 Canelo Alvarez. So there you go. My pound top 5 fighters in boxing. I saw someone mention earlier Caleb Plant versus Mike Lee. That Mike Lee tomorrow. That's gonna be a good fight, and it's an interesting fight because it's rare in boxing that you get 2 white Americans fighting each other. Usually it's a white guy versus a black guy, and you get a European. But no, 2 white Caucasian Americans. Like Al Heyman literally had to go. You know how hard it is to find 2 white Americans in the same weight class that are actually like good. It's really hard. So it'll be a good fight. You know, Caleb Plant is the IBF champion, 168, one of the slickest, most defensively sound boxers in all of boxing right now. He's fighting a guy, Mike Lee, who is coming down from 168 to come fight him. Or no, he's a bigger guy. He had to make a sharp weight cut. And I think Mike Lee has the power to hurt Caleb Plant, which means I think Caleb's going to have to be on his toes, slipping, moving, using the jab. I think this will be a fight where Caleb Plant has to really get Mike Lee's respect early, hit him with some hard shots, keep him at bay. So, should be a good fight. I'm going to go with a Caleb Plant unanimous decision. Canelo is in a witness protection program. He pulled out of September 4th. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I've said it many times here on True Sports, and I'll say it again. These boxing promotional companies, they offer many witness protection programs for fighters that they have money invested into. We have the Deontay Wilder witness protection program. We have the Gervonta Davis witness protection program. Okay, but now we have the Canelo Alvarez witness protection program, and that's a special witness protection program. So, yeah, man. Look, it kind of pissed me off that Canelo, they said they couldn't find any opponents for September 4th because there's not any good opponents at 160, but Demetrius Boo Andre's there, Jamal Charlo. They don't want to fight none of these top American fighters, so I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Especially with Boo Andre. Every time Boo Andre gets mentioned, these guys, Canelo. No, what pisses me off about Canelo? I've said this many times before. This man understands English perfectly, but he don't speak no English. So I want Andre to fight him so he can slap him up and make him speak some English, because it pissed me off. Like, it'd be one thing if you don't understand English. This boy be understanding everything in English, so it is what it is. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. That'd probably be like one of the more interesting fights for Errol Spence because Danny Garcia is an elite counterpuncher. He's got the best chin in the division, so even when Errol hits him, he's going to have to really break Danny Garcia down. I think Danny's probably one of the only guys that could beat him, truthfully told. Loma's going to shut Teofimo Lopez if they fight. I can't see Loma losing to anyone. Listen, I don't want to, because every time I bring this up, I get very animated and I get pissed off. We all argue and I say mean things to some of you guys in the comments. So I'm going to avoid talking about this too much, but I know one guy that could have beat Lomachenko, but he ducked him. His name is Manny Pacquiao. But he didn't want no smoke, so... listen, if you want to say, I don't know, man. Lomachenko's not an unbeatable fighter to me. He's a good fighter, but I don't see him as unbeatable. Now, if you just watch the Anthony Crawler fight, where he stops a guy in 4 rounds and knocks him face first, I can see why you think he's unbeatable. But, we saw when he fought someone like Jorge Linares, someone who was longer, rangier, can move around the ring. We saw how that gave him problems. And, look, one guy who has those kind of... Bruce Vane, what's up, champ? Bruce Vane is the building. One of my favorite channels. Bruce Vane. Yeah, Devin Haney has the attributes. I think the size, the boxing IQ, the power, the punch placement. He's not there yet. I think he's not there yet, but you give him 4, 5, 6 more fights. Or I'm going to say not 4, 5. I'm going to say 4 fights. 3, 4 fights, I think could be right there. Everybody say shout out to my dad in the comments. He's there. My dad, Nelson Taylor. Everyone say hi to my dad, Nelson. Did you want Medea to win because he's Puerto Rican? No, not really. I really didn't care if he won because he's Puerto Rican. I just want to see a good fight. There's not really any Puerto Rican fighters in boxing that I can get behind. All the Puerto Rican fighters right now aren't too impressive to me, honestly. Like right now, you got Derek Cuevas, who we just saw fight at the Hard Rock. My dad went off about him. Yeah, what's up, Bruce? What do you make of this Teofimo fight? I know me and you have been people here on YouTube who have been chatting a lot about just how we think Teofimo Lopez will give Lomachenko a good fight, and he didn't look the best tonight, but I feel like it had a lot more to do with the style, the attributes that his opponent had, being 6 feet tall. You know, being a guy who came to win, and would do. He pulled out Andre Ward tactics. He was hit him on the hip, you know, rubbing his glove in his face. You know, I like Masayoshi Nakatani. He don't give a damn. F all that takeover stuff. I want all the smoke, like a chimney. Damn it. But yeah, man. So it was a good night of boxing. It was a really good night of boxing. Tomorrow, like I hate saying this because I remember on April 20th of this year we had like 3 fight cards. We had like Dave Allen fought, and then Granados fought Garcia, and then Khan fought Crawford. And I remember that back then on that day earlier this year, I was like, this is the best day for boxing all year, and it really was just an average day for boxing. But tomorrow, I think tomorrow could very well be the best day of the year for boxing because the Dillian White card, that's really not even the only. That's not even really the only fight that I'm excited for on that card. You know, you got Dave Allen versus David Price, which really means nothing for the heavyweight division, but it's still an interesting fight because, you know, people want to see how far Dave Allen can go in the heavyweight division. David Price is a big, stiff plumber from Liverpool. So it should be a good fight. I'm excited for it. Dillian White rebounds is good, and then you got Pacquiao, Thurman, Caleb Plant versus Mike Lee. Ugas is fighting who is he fighting? Omar Figueroa. You know, Lipinets is fighting tomorrow. So it's a good day for boxing. It's a good day for boxing. Bruce said he didn't want to fight yet. Well, I'll give you the short summary of it, Bruce. So Lopez fought this Japanese dude. Dude was 6 feet tall, a 6 foot lightweight. This guy's size gave him a lot of problems. He was posturing a lot, you know, waiting for a lot. He was, you know, Masayoshi. He was putting that stick on him. And Lopez, being that he fights in that shoulder roll, he was very vulnerable to right hands, and he got caught with some right hands. So he did not look like his normal self tonight. Did not look like his normal self. Did you hear that Mikey Garcia signed with the Zone? I've been hearing about it. Yeah, if that's the case, then good for him, man. I'll be honest with you guys. Like Mikey Garcia, like I know he's a big name and everything, but he doesn't really do much for me. It's no secret that I don't like him. He ducked daylights out of Lomachenko. They could have been fought. And then he fought Errol Spence. He ducked Lomachenko to go up 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence, and then he didn't even come to win. He didn't even come to win. He was just content to go to 12 rounds and get his payday. I would have been happy if he would have sold out and won. Try to win at least. Do what Masayoshi did tonight. He had that attitude. But he didn't have that attitude. He was sat there, got outboxed by Errol Spence. Talked all that stuff before the fight. Well, you know, I see some flaws. I'm going to take advantage of them. You know, I'm the better boxer. I'm this, I'm that. And then you prove to be a hype job. Absolute hype job. So, it's no secret if you've been following me on here. I've never really been a fan of Mikey Garcia. I mean, he's a good fighter, but I think he's always been overrated. Steven Rodriguez, he says, was a tough fight for the champ. I still think he fought. Beautiful fight. He just made a few mistakes which will be cleaned up. It's still the takeover. I agree. It's still the damn takeover. It's still a takeover, man. He still won. Listen. And for those of you who've been watching boxing for any amount of time, you know that every fight is different. So just because you look bad in this fight, the next fight against Comey, we might be saying, damn, this guy's the truth. We just don't know. That's boxing for you, though. And then sometimes the guy looks like trash his whole career.
Or it could be worse.
Yeah, or it could be worse. We don't know. That's the excitement of it all. That's the excitement of it all. Caleb Plant doesn't have power because he's always moving like Fury or Mayweather. He doesn't sit down. He's not sitting down, but Mike Lee ain't on Caleb level. Plant versus Benavidez 2020. Yeah, I don't think Mike Lee's on Caleb's level either, but I do think Mike Lee is someone that could hurt him at some point in the fight and give him problems that Caleb isn't smart. Look, I'm going to tell you guys a story about Caleb Plant, all right? Story time here on True School Squad, because you guys know I've been fortunate enough to do a little bit of traveling at my young age, okay? I went to Las Vegas in 2017. I went to the world-famous Johnny Toko's boxing gym, okay? When I went there, this was Valentine's Day of 2017. Okay, don't ask me how I remember this, but I remember, okay? Caleb Plant was there that day, And somehow, I was surprised he knew who I was because my channel wasn't big at all back then. But he knew who I was. But I watched him spar a couple of smaller fighters. And I saw him show great offensive skills. I mean, he was sitting on his punches. He was slipping punches, showing great defense like we've always seen him. But he was offensive, too. He was extra offensive, sitting on his punches, throwing punches with bad intentions. Things you don't normally see him do in his fights. And I'm still waiting for that Caleb Plant that I saw in that sparring session to show up on television. So hopefully tomorrow that can happen against Mike Lee. Tony Diggio says, do you like watching Ryan Garcia? To be honest with you, of all the... Because right now, as far as young American fighters around that weight, you know, we got Teofimo, we got Devin Haney, we got Virgil Ortiz, Shakur Stevenson, even Rolando Romero. Of all the young American fighters around that weight, Ryan Garcia is my least favorite. My least. I think he can turn into a good fighter, but I just feel like he's very overrated. To be honest with you, you know, the guy's getting way too much, way too soon. You know, he's got 1 million Instagram followers. He ain't fought nobody really yet. He's one of these guys that got really popular on Instagram doing these speed bag drills and pad work, and you know, you see the speed on Instagram, but damn, when you watch the fights, what's the damn speed? I'm not really a big fan of him. I think he's got a lot of room to grow, which is a good thing, which is why I think Golden Boy is going to bring him along slowly. But to be honest with you, no, I'm not really a big fan of watching him fight. Now I watch him fight because he's a relevant name, and you know, people want me to they want my opinion on him. But to be honest with you, no, I'd rather watch Devin Haney, I'd rather watch Teofimo, I'd rather watch Rolly Romero, I'd rather watch Shakur, to be honest. Did you see the heavyweight fall out the ring? Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, for those of you who weren't there earlier, Cassius Chaney, you know, hold on, my back is hurting. I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Oh, all right. For those of you who are wondering, Cassius Chaney, a good American heavyweight prospect, got an afro, former basketball player. He fought some fat guy tonight. I mean, fat. I'm talking. This guy would have made Andy Ruiz look like Anthony Joshua. That's how fat he was. But this guy hit him with an uppercut so hard that this boy lost his balance, and he literally fell out the ring. Now, that wasn't really. I mean, it was crazy, but the crazier part was he got up off. I can't even say the canvas, the concrete. He got up off the concrete floor. He calmly walked his ass up the steps and got back in the ring and fought. Then he got stopped. And then he got stopped. So, yeah, man. I can't really make much of the opposition, but it's good to see Cassius Chaney get a win. I said earlier in my live that I had to delete because it came out horrible. I said that the American heavyweight boxing scene right now, it's very, very, very weak. You know, we have Wilder, who's clearly at the top all by himself. Then we have guys like Jarrell Miller and Trevor Bryan, who are not really proven at that top level, but have some skill to them. And then after that, it's pretty much a shit show. To say it nicely, you know, it's a shit show. So Cassius Chaney, if you're looking for maybe that next good American heavyweight, you know, this fight, you know, the opposition, you know, he didn't really get tested too badly, but he gets a win. He improved. More people are starting to learn his name, which is good because, I mean, I've known Cassius Chaney for like 3 years. I know about him for like 3 years, but now a lot of you guys tonight, this was your introduction to Cassius Chaney. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not making any bold proclamations, but he's a solid heavyweight. Someone said, how old is he? I don't remember right now. I'm going to say he's like 27, 28. No problem, 20 Digital. I keep it 100. Let's see. Yeah, well, drop your questions down below. Let me know what city, what state, what content you're watching. Listen, I don't have my computer on, so can y'all let me know how many people are actually watching this right now? Where's your phone at, Danny? I want to see how many people are watching this right now. But Charles Martin still walks himself like a god. You know what? I'm glad you brought up Charles Martin because Charles Martin, he's on a good little 2-fight win streak. You know, he beat my friend, which I'm pissed off about to this day. He beat my friend Gregory Corbin, which I didn't expect. He then came back his last fight and he beat Daniel Marks.
21 people watching.
21. Oh, gee, okay, 21. He then came and he beat Daniel Marks. So he's on a good little 2-fight win streak. And I know how PBC and Al Heyman works. Okay, he gets one more. If he gets one, maybe 2 more wins, I could definitely see Charles Martin being a Deontay Wilder opponent. I could see it from a mile away. I mean, he's getting on these PBC cards. He's getting on TV. He's got a couple wins under his belt. I can just see it now. Let him win another fight. they're gonna be saying, well, he's on a 3-fight win streak, so clearly he deserves to fight Wilder. But let's not kid ourselves. Charles Martin had one meaningful fight his whole career when he fought Anthony Joshua, defending his world title, and he got knocked out in 2 rounds. And this was Anthony Joshua that was green, who was a prospect, who had no quality ring experience outside of his fight against Dillian White. So he proved his level back then, and I don't think much will change now. Even when he won his world title, it was a vacant belt, and he won his world title because his opponent broke his damn leg, okay, and couldn't continue. And there was a technicality in New York where if you go like 4 or 5 rounds, they just go to the scorecard. Whatever the scorecard was, that's who wins the fight, and it happened to be him. So, he probably the worst heavyweight champion of all time, ever. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He did well against Adam Kownacki, to be honest. I expected Kownacki to ice him. Kownacki did ice him. What are you talking about, Bum City? I mean, if my memory serves me correct, Adam Kownacki was throwing crazy combinations on him. He was lighting him up like a damn Christmas tree. Like the freaking fireworks on 4th of July, he was lighting them up. I don't remember Charles Martin be competitive that fight, but you can refresh my memory. This guy Charles Martin, one time he fought Anthony Joshua, he said, in the pre-fight interview, he said, I walked like a god. And then he got knocked out. He got knocked out the next day in 2 rounds. He said, I walked like a god. He said, I'm going to step right over you. I walked like a god. Oh, man. Do you think Andrew Tabiti can come back? That's a good question. I'm going to put it to you like this, man. Look, I've been watching Andrew Tabiti fight since he was a prospect. The first time I saw him fight was 3 years ago on Showbox, when he fought Puerto Rican prospect Keith Tapia. Now, he didn't look impressed to me back then. I said back then, and you can go pull up the videos, I said, Andrew Tabiti, he's got problems. He holds too damn much. The guy has no inside fighting ability. He's a good athlete. He's got good punch. He's got good combination punch when he puts punch together, but he don't put them together often enough. So when he steps up in the competition, his ass is grass. So he fought the KO doctor. He fought this guy, Tabiti, he fought the guy named the KO doctor, this Cuban. So if a guy's name is the KO doctor, he's got to be able to punch. So, the KO doctor was putting that stick on him. Jab, jab, jab. Tabiti didn't know how to handle him. And then he came with that jab, jab, right? Bang! Laid on the canvas. I thought he was dead. So, I think he's got to refine his entire fighting style. I think he's got to learn and get comfortable fighting on the inside, in the pocket. I think he's got to get to a place in his career where he can throw combinations and not be afraid of what's coming back. But that's a big ask. When you get knocked out the way he got knocked out, that changes a fighter. Okay? Not everybody's Manny Pacquiao where you can get knocked out like that and then come back and become world champion. Okay? That's why Manny Pacquiao is special. But there's so few and far fighters between. So, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Like, I really don't think he will, to be honest with you. But I wish him the best. I don't hate Andrew Tabiti. I've heard he's a good guy. But look, he was never really that great of a prospect to begin with. I never thought he was. I thought he had potential, but only if he applied his talent the right way, which he never did. And it cost him dearly his last fight. Like, dearly. He got ironed out like a pair of wrinkled jeans. So, it is what it is, man. Do you think Daniel Dubois, the British champion, should fight, or who do you think Dubois, the British champion, should fight next? And see, that's a good question. Obviously, Dubois had a great performance his last weekend. I thought he looked great. I know it's a bit too early to say this, but when I watched him fight last week, I said to myself, man, this guy looks like a more polished version of Anthony Joshua. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that. I know he fought Nathan Gorman, and we can't make too much of that. We can't be a prisoner of the moment, but he was lying. There was not one. He was fighting a fellow undefeated prospect, right? Guy who was supposed to push the pace, give him some problems, and there was not one moment of that fight that he lost. Not one moment. He dictated the pace. He landed. The right hand was money. The left hook was money. Punch placement was money. It was just a great performance all the way around. So to answer your question, who should he fight next? I would like to see him step up. If they're willing to make the fight, I would like him to see him step up to like Dominic Brazil level. A guy in Brazil who has beaten some good prospects on the way up, ruined a couple careers on the way up. Can punch, former world title, 2-time world title challenger. So I like to see him step up to that level, see how he does with that. And then after that, just step it up, and maybe if they want to put him in there with like another undefeated prospect like F.A. Ajagba, I'd love to see that. So, I think, listen, my dad has been singing the praises of this guy before he was even anything in boxing. My dad for 3 years been telling me, Daniel Dubois, young buck, he gonna be champion. And now he's the youngest British heavyweight champion of all time. He won the British heavyweight title quicker than Tyson Fury, quicker than Anthony Joshua. So he's coming. He wants all the damn smoke. My dad asked me, where is it? Oh, I just saw it. My dad just asked me, I saw it. What do you think about Ivan Ditchko versus Jarrell Miller? That'd be a great fight. Now, Ivan Ditchko, for a lot of you guys, he's kind of of all these Olympians that are getting hyped up, like Filip Hrgovic, the Croatian, he's getting hyped up right now. Efe Ajagba is getting hyped up right now. What's his name? I'm forgetting somebody else. But like a lot of these Olympians from that Olympic class are getting hyped up more so than Ditchko. But Ditchko's been here in South Florida. I've been seeing him at these cards, knocking dudes out. They have been matching his ass real carefully, like to get him guys he can just iron out to pad his record. So he's 9-0 with 9 knockouts. Everybody they put in front of him, he has absolutely just blasted through them. I think Jarrell Miller would be a good fight for him because Jarrell Miller is a shorter fighter, can push the pace, and I think that's the kind of fighter Ditchko is gonna need to deal with. Because Ditchko is very he has that Eastern European straight up and down style. He is a very athletic Eastern European, but he's still a damn Eastern European. And if you're someone who can slip a jab, or if you can avoid the right hand of Ditchko, you have a good chance of beating him. So we'll see, man. I think Ditchko is still gonna be a good fighter. He's gonna be a good contender. World champion, not so sure yet. I gotta see him in a step-up fight, but definitely he'll be a contender for sure. Who's winning tomorrow, Pacquiao or Thurman? Now, somebody asked me this earlier. I got Pacquiao winning, man. I just think with Thurman. I think Thurman obviously has all the tools to beat Pacquiao. He's a natural welterweight. He's a great counterpuncher. He's an extremely smart fighter. So I'm not going to be the least bit surprised if Thurman goes in there and beats him. But with Thurman, there's a couple mistakes he's made. We'll start off with how he talked to Pacquiao. He literally told Pacquiao that he's going to crucify him like Jesus on the cross. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. Pacquiao is a very religious man. He takes his faith very seriously. You could have joked about a million other things but Jesus Christ. And he joked about Jesus Christ. So, his ass is grass. That's just what it is. Okay, that's one. Two, aside from that, from a boxing standpoint, if you look at the way he's been approaching this fight from a training standpoint, he hired an extra strength and conditioning coach. And if you guys have talked to me about strength and conditioning coaches, I have a very, as far as boxing goes, I think most strength and conditioning coaches are worthless in boxing. And the reason I say that is because most strength and conditioning coaches, they come from track and field and basketball and football. And, it's different muscle groups, they don't know how to train boxers, okay? They don't know how to train boxers. So what winds up happening is they train these boxers like the football players, and they go in the ring, and they're actually more fatigued than they would be if they would just hit the damn punching bag. So with that being said, Keith Thurman is focusing on that more. I feel like early on in the first 3 to 4 rounds, he will look to land a hard counter punches, try to get Pacquiao respect early, and try to get him out of there. And if he fails to do that, Pacquiao is going to outwork him as far as his punch output. He's going to land that left hand, that trademark left hand down the pipe. He won't land it. Once Thurman feels it, Thurman will do what every other fighter does. Once they feel left hand, Pacquiao run around the ring, and Pacquiao's have to go chase their ass around the ring. And I think Pacquiao will outwork him to a unanimous decision. That's my prediction for the fight. So, we'll see how it goes. But it's definitely the biggest and the most important fight of the summer. I think Daniel Dubois will smash Joe Joyce. Yes, absolutely. Joe Joyce, I like Joe Joyce, the juggernaut, the big juggernaut, big juggernaut. I like him, good fighter. But with Joe Joyce, he's one of those fighters, man, where even his last fight, he fought a guy in Brian Jennings, who, let's be real, man. I said this last week, and I'll say it again, just to be clear. He fought Brian Jennings, who was lighting him up with counter punches, uppercuts, left hooks, straight right hands, jabs. You know, Joe Joyce is so damn slow. I could go to the other side of this house right now, make a sandwich, all right, heat it up in the oven, make sure the cheese is melted on the sandwich, sit there, wait for it, come back, and then slip a jab from him and dodge a jab from him. That's how slow Joe Joyce is. And he fought Brian Jennings last week, and Brian Jennings was landing on him. I don't think Brian Jennings won. I think he lost the fight, but if Brian Jennings wasn't a damn vegan, he would have won that fight. Because these damn vegans, I don't know what the hell these boxers, like, okay, I'm going to vent a little bit, like I did last week. These damn vegans, okay, talking about we don't eat meat, okay? We don't eat meat, okay? I understand you don't want to eat too much meat, but you got to have a healthy balance. You can't be eating just plants and shit, okay, and all this vegan stuff, because what winds up happening is, and I'm reading a couple articles about it, your iron levels get low, and because your iron levels get low, you fatigue quicker, and because you fatigue quicker, you're not going to punch as hard, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but Timothy Bradley, who was commentating the fights tonight, he was a vegan for a lot of his career, or a couple fights in his career, and he was ripped, had the muscles, but he couldn't punch his way out of a white paper bag. I mean, straight up, he couldn't. And then when he stopped being vegan, he knocked out Brandon Rios, who had an iron chin. Okay? So there's a correlation here. So Brian Jennings, if someone knows Brian Jennings, tell him to start eating some damn meat. Because I legitimately believe if he was someone who was getting his regular meat, those punches he was landing on Joe Joyce would have had more of an effect. Probably would have hurt him. Could have won the fight. But no, he wants to be progressive. Oh no, he wants to be new age. He wants to be a vegan. So listen, champ, it's for your prerogative, but you lost. David Haye literally fell apart when he became a vegan. Held together with glue and tape both times. Yes! Great point. David Haye fought Tony Bellew twice. Everyone's saying he gonna beat Bellew. You know, but Bellew's Evertonian like myself, okay? So us Evertonians, we tough, smart, gritty, passionate, okay? Bellew went in there, beat David Haye twice. Decisively. Knocked his ass out the ring the first fight. But yes, he was a vegan. Both fights, and you saw what happened to him. He was a bum. For 2 fights, he was a straight bum. But before he was a vegan, he was a great fighter. So what the hell? Stop being vegans. I have a bad feeling Pacquiao will get robbed if it goes a distance. I mean, I could see it happening. We know that Keith Thurman is being promoted heavily by PBC, so I could see it. And he's a younger fighter. Most vegans supplement with steroids. Well, it's just, clearly they ain't working. Clearly they ain't working, champ. Need some stronger PEDs. They need to see whatever LeBron James is taking. Who should Joseph Parker fight next? That's a good question. I would like to see Joseph Parker fight. If the zoners want to make the fight, I would like to see him fight Philip Hrgovic. Hrgovic has been very vocal about wanting that step up against someone like Joseph Parker. So I think ideally you match those two together. If Parker is really anything heavyweight, he'll beat Hrgovic. If Hrgovic is anything heavyweight, he'll beat Parker. So that'd be a good crossroads fight. Give me Parker versus Hrgovic. I like that fight. Let's see. What else we got? Hrgovic, Dubois, Ethel Jagba are the future, in my opinion. I like Hrgovic. Me and my dad had this wager going on. I told my dad that I think Philip Hrgovic will be world champion before Daniel Dubois. He says Daniel Dubois will be world champion before Philip Hrgovic. So we both put $20 on that. So we'll see how that goes. I've said this. I remember in one of my lives I said that my 3 favorite heavyweight prospects are Philip Hrgovic, Daniel Dubois, and Trevor Bryan. Now Trevor Bryan is someone I know you guys can go look at his resume and say he hasn't fought nobody. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He has a piss poor resume. I'm his friend. Okay, and I can tell you that I'm his friend. I have his number. I can call him right now. I'll tell him. But Trevor Bryan is someone who they brought him up the right way. Stacey McKinley. Like, he's been working really hard. He's improved his inside fighting ability. He's gotten the proper sparring in the gym, and his route has been different. Fighter, there's many ways to be a great fighter. Not everybody is Lomachenko where you come in and you win a world title your 4th professional fight. Okay? your 3rd professional fight. Okay? Not everybody's that damn guy. Some fighters need to be brought along a lot more slowly. And Trevor Bryan is one of those guys. And I'm not going to make any proclamation saying he'll be heavyweight champion, but I'm telling you right now, there are some heavyweights in the top 10 that he can give himself, can give a very good, good fight and probably beat. So we'll see, man. Tony Digital says, bro, I can see you being a boxing reporter in these big networks. You know, it's funny. A friend of mine told me that recently. He told me that he actually offered to help me get a job with one of them big networks. Be honest with you guys, like if it came along, like it'd be one of those things that I want to happen organically. It's not something I'm gonna actually go out and look for. Like if ESPN says BT, we see what you're doing on True School Sports. Here's a bag. Come to ESPN Plus. We want you to commentate. I'm not gonna say no, but you know I really like and I believe in what I'm doing here on True School Sports. I get to be myself. I can talk how I want to talk. I mean, if I want to say the F word, I can say the F word. You know, I can't say the F word if I'm on ESPN. Okay, I can't wear Fighting Mad T-shirts and hoodies. And by the way, go subscribe to Fighting Mad. Or no, not subscribe. Go check out Fighting Mad in my about section. You know, Fighting Mad, the Pound Kings of Boxing Apparel. You know, hoodies, hats, T-shirts. Phone cases. You know, True 20-July. That's the promo code. 20% off all sales in July. But yeah, man. I don't rule it out. You know, at the end of the day, like my dad says, money talks and bullshit walks. So, you know, if it comes along, it comes along. If it doesn't, you know, we're just gonna continue being the cash cows of the YouTube boxing community. I just got home after it ended. Tim Ballard's Teofimo got exposed. Yeah, man. I mean, it was a fight where I'll put it like this. He fought a guy who was 6 feet tall. He putting that Nakatani was putting that stick on him, landed the jab, all just left, right, center, bang, 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 jab, jab, jab. Then he would catch him with the right hand over the top, landed one on the temple, landed one on the chin. Teofimo was doing a lot of posturing. And he was just showing a lot of vulnerabilities that if he fights forget Lomachenko, if he fights Richard Comey, which he's going to next, his ass is grass. Okay? He got the African power. When is that Cuban 2-time gold medalist that beat Shakur Stevens going to fight? Didn't Top Rank sign him? Yeah, they did. I believe... I don't remember. I don't know, actually. I'm not going to BS you. I don't know. But... that fight's right on the corner. BT, you will be with your favorite boxer, Andre Ward, on ESPN. No, stop it. Andre Ward. My dad trolling me. Do you think Kubrat Pulev will fight in the U.S.? Probably not. No more Fortnite dances, dog dancing. Well, look. He still did a backflip. Yeah. So you couldn't stop him from the backflip. So, if he beats you, he's doing a backflip. At least that's the least you're getting from him is a damn backflip. But look, Teofimo Lopez, exceptional talent, great skills, but gotta go really tighten up the tools if he really wants to beat the elites of the division. Wow, we been live for an hour.
Damn,
that just flew by.
It does not feel like an hour.
That just flew by, right?
It does not feel like we've been here for an hour.
Damn. By the way, for those of you wondering, this is my friend Danae right here. This guy's like my little bro. And, I was showing him Lopez and Lomachenko this morning. And I asked him, so who do you think is going to win? What'd you tell me?
I said Lomachenko because of footwork and he hits hard.
He hits hard. His footwork and he hits hard. and after you see Lopez against Hatanaki, what you think?
I still believe in it.
Do you believe in more now?
Yeah.
So there you go. Let me see. Hold on. My dad said, you did say Lopez and his boxing skills will be affected because ... Because of what, Dad? I don't want to say it because when I say it, you get mad at me. But are you referring to what I think you're referring to? Because every time I say it, you say I hate women. So I want to make sure you tell me so I have the green light to talk about it. Andre Ward is biased. He might be, but most reporters are biased. But I think honestly, look. As much as I couldn't stand his ass when he was a fighter, I love him as a commentator. I think he's a great commentator. I mean, y'all know. Y'all can go pull up my videos from Andre Ward. Andre Ward is a disgrace to boxing. Andre Ward. I mean, just go pull that one up. Go pull up Andre Ward as a disgrace to boxing, and you'll see. I mean, Jesus, I was teeing off on him. Tony says, "What's up to you?"
What's up, Tony?
What's up, champ? Danny Garcia versus Terrence Carl. That's the fight. My dad said, yes, marriage. Yes, Dad, I told you. I said, look, I wasn't saying that to be mad, angry towards women, okay? People say because I can think critically and I can point out some things that I know about female nature. They say, oh, BT, you hate women. I don't hate women. I appreciate women. But I understand that Teofimo Lopez. Look, I'm 24, and I'm not ready for women. So, and I don't have anything to lose. He's 20, 21, okay, and he's married a girl who's 27. I mean, come on, man. It's got disaster written all over it. And I'm not wishing bad on him. I really truly hope I'm wrong and it works out for him because I don't wish bad on nobody. But I mean, his family did. There's a reason most of his family didn't want him to marry that girl. So I just think psychologically, it could affect him. But at the same time, he fought a tall dude tonight. Dude was tall. Ryan Garcia is the next golden boy. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Ryan Garcia, so I'm not going to go that far. My dad says Sergey Kovalev is going to destroy Anthony Yard. I hope so, man. I'm a big Kovalev fan, so hopefully it happens. Hawkins says, how old is your friend, is your boy?
11.
He's 11. I mean, he's 11. He doesn't box and he doesn't really follow boxing, but we watched the fights tonight because he was intrigued by it. But he's big NFL fan. We're both fans of, unfortunately, the same team, the Carolina Panthers. So we suffer together. Okay.
This year's a Super Bowl.
This year though is a Super Bowl, and it is what it is. But he's also playing football himself. He plays quarterback at the local for his local team here in South Florida. So, he might you guys might see him. I mean, y'all can comment your favorite NFL teams down below. They might want to sign this kid in about a good 8 to 9 years. He secure the bag.
Any team but the Broncos.
Any team but the Broncos. Sad to hell with them. Beat us in the damn Super Bowl. And the Patriots.
Yeah.
My stepmom, she calls them. She doesn't even call them by the real name. So she can't even say the name right. She calls them Patriots. Patriots. I said that's right. You tell them. Patriots. Yeah, Basket says she is a gold digger. You know what? I don't know the woman personally, but I mean, from the outside looking in, yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I feel like if she was a gold digger, she would go for somewhere else.
I mean, you gotta think about it, okay?
I guess.
She's 27. Normally, this is how girls normally work, Danny. This is how they normally work. Girls usually look for somebody older because in most cases, guys who are older tend to have more money. Okay, but this is one of those rare scenarios where a guy who is young has money. So, and the guy who's young, also doesn't have a lot of life experience either, so she can take advantage of him in some ways. So, Isn't Loma fighting a taller guy? Yeah, he's fighting Luke Campbell, so he's fighting a taller guy and a more skilled guy. So we'll see how Lomachenko deals with it. We saw what happened last time he fought a taller guy with Linares, and he struggled a little bit. So that fight's probably a bit more interesting than I gave it credit for when it first got announced. Tony Digital says, I heard his mother and sister didn't go to the wedding. I heard that too. I actually did not know that. I mean, there's other things I know, but I'm not going to say on camera. But, yeah, I mean, look, he's a good fighter. He has elite talent, but boxing is very much psychological. And I understand these things very deeply because I've been in the ring, okay? I never fought. I mean, I wasn't an amateur, but I sparred. And if you've sparred rounds, you know boxing is psychological. It's spiritual. You got to be in the right place mentally to be able to handle what the hell is about to come at you. So with that being said, yeah, I'm not a fan of the. It's not that I'm not a fan of marriage. I think marriage done the right way is a beautiful thing. It's just so often, like 99% of the time, people don't do it the right way. Everybody marries for extremely selfish reasons. This is no different. In fact, this is extremely selfish, honestly. And I just feel it's the timing of it. It's the timing of it, where he's at in his life, where he's at mentally. Because you guys gotta understand, even without this woman in the picture, Teofimo Lopez is gonna have to grow up as far as a fighter. As a fighter, he's gonna have to grow up because, he's fighting in a weight class with those guys who are more experienced than him, and because of that, he's going to have to mature, he's going to have to sharpen up, and do it quickly if he wants to beat the elites in the division. But now, the pressure is double because he decided to get married at 21, 20 years old. So, and he married a girl who was... So there's this boxer, just so you know I'm not hating. There's this boxer named Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the best young fighters in the world. He's 20 years old. He got married to a girl who's 27. And his whole family, That's what I said. I said, this man sounds like him. This sounds like me. He sounds like Hamid.
Well, at least he's making money. He's a boxer. He's a good boxer.
He's a very good boxer. He's a very good boxer.
He's making bank, then he could afford it.
I mean, he just fought on ESPN. He's headlining on ESPN.
All right, he could afford it then.
Yeah.
I got no problem with people marrying early if you could afford it, bro.
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
But can you afford divorce? No, because people can afford marriage most of the time, but they can't afford divorce, and they damn sure can't afford no damn alimony.
That's very true.
So
You got kids?
no, not yet. Not yet, but
You got kids.
you know. So look,
I can't afford you.
whoever says size doesn't matter is lost. The size of the bank account certainly matters. Well, yeah, man. Look, I have my own perspectives on women. I've stated them many times.
Oh God.
You know, I don't feel I know.
You two don't feed his ego.
Listen, I know that women are what we call hypergamous by nature. It's not something they try to do. They're just hypergamous. That doesn't make them bad people. They just want the best option. You want the best in life, right, Hamid?
Yeah.
And I want the best in life.
I hope so.
And they really want the best in life.
Well,
So you best believe they
good
go.
on them, bro.
Yeah. So
Good on them.
yeah, she's already telling him not to get a haircut short. She's controlling him. It's true.
The boxer?
Yeah, cause like his whole career, he had like a fade.
Yeah.
And tonight was the first fight in his whole like damn near 20 fights where the guy has a thicker mustache, his hair is all like long and stuff.
Oh my God, she wants it that way.
Because she wants it that way.
That's not getting away if you're a boxer.
No, some
I mean, the hair,
some fighters have afros. There was a heavyweight that fought, so he had an afro.
Well, not boy. Those have to be clean, boy.
Yeah.
He wanted that?
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy says, ha ha ha, hypergamy.
This is him.
Yes. Michael Kennedy, do you know about hypergamy? I mean, you're saying ha ha because you probably know about it. You know about it, champ. Hypergamy, it's real. I've seen it too many times.
Lord have mercy.
I've seen it too many times. I'm not even saying they're bad. I'm just saying they have needs. Like the woman wants to be taken care of.
You're saying like a lion. Lion gotta hunt. That's just their instincts.
Yeah. They want to be taken care of. We gotta hunt. Straight up. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I might now. Sometimes I say it a little bit more differently.
I already know. You see, it's not about what you say; it's how you say it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the real key. You
Yeah.
can say the worst thing ever, but if you say it real properly.
All I'm trying to say is,
nice.
I'm not saying they're bad people. Okay. I just feel like the majority of women are extreme. The majority are very selfish, and they're opportunistic lovers.
See, I would use different words to say the same thing.
But they're like opportunistic. But then like a lot of times they're not being, because it's just their damn needs. Okay, they want to be taken care of. They don't want to be the man in their relationship. They don't want that.
Nah, I want a woman to be a man. Just pay for my dinner, man.
Why do you want that?
Because I want to just slam my ass and watch Netflix. Boy, I want her to buy me chocolate, open the door for me, nigga. I want to be lazy, bro. I'm buying a nice, rich English.
Yeah, you don't expect anything of value.
I mean, she wants a young stud to make her feel good about herself, so I did a cougar.
There's plenty. Oh God. Michael Kenneth said they want to be set for life with no worries.
Me too.
Yeah. Don't we all? So.
Right, I would love that.
I mean, I see it all the time. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm not gonna say his name because he watches my channel. He might be watching this, but there is a fighter here in South Florida who has 3 or 4 professional fights. He sells about, and he's a rare breed because most of the time if you're 3, 4 fights into your career, you're not getting like that much attention unless you're like an Olympian or something like that. This guy wasn't an Olympian. This guy's here in South Florida. He's selling $30,000, $40,000 worth of tickets. You know, half the damn arena is for him. Okay, and a lot of girls come to his fights. He's a tall white boy with blue eyes who could fight. So, yeah, like.
Pop your panties, ladies.
Yeah, exactly. And there's plenty, and there's plenty that want to.
Yeah.
So he's got to be careful. So.
Especially when you got that money, boy. Well, see, that's when. See, but you see, you can't blame the lion for eating you. You only can blame the fool that jumps into the lion's den.
Yeah.
So that goes on we gotta hunt smarter than that. Then.
Someone asked me Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. That's a good fight. Oscar Valdez has been his last 2 or 3 fights. He's been trying to refine his boxing skills because he was one of those guys early in his career who was getting into like wars every fight. Like every fight was a fight of the year. Okay, but he got with Canelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso. He's been working behind his jab. He's been kind of actually get some boxing skills to go along with those great body punches he has. You know, as many Mexican fighters do. That's an interesting fight, but I'll be honest with you guys. I think Shakur Stevenson is one of the best fighters in that division. I think he's gonna win a world title, so I would favor him outboxing him. But I could see a fight. I'll pick Shakur to win via unanimous decision, but I could see a fight where Valdez breaks Shakur Stevenson's body down. He starts using those boxing skills, and yeah, man, just icing him. Didn't you say Oscar Valdez looked like mini Canelo's last fight? I did say look like mini Canelo's last fight, but to be fair, he wasn't fighting no damn slick, prime, young, athletic boxer. Okay, southpaw who can punch with both hands, who was an Olympian with deep. He wasn't fighting that fighter, so because of the opposition, he looked like a freaking mini Canelo. But I'm not so convinced that he'll look like the mini Canelo against Shakur Stevenson. So we'll see. But it will be a good fight. I hope Top Rank makes that fight happen. Men can be the same though. There is rich cougars looking for a stud.
Manny Pacquiao?
Huh?
Which Manny?
What happened?
What's his name is that?
No. This guy said men can be the same. There is rich cougars looking for a stud. But then then usually that's only for a season. What normally happens is, after a couple times of fun, they go and they search for someone who's more alpha, who can lead them.
Who, men?
No, women, bro.
Oh, women. Oh. Well, yeah, nigga. That's how life works, bro.
I know life works. I understand this very deeply.
Well, we gotta have a woman that's kind of close to alpha, but she's not there, but she's on the level.
No.
Listen,
Like I told him earlier, I like a woman nice and feminine.
Yeah.
I like a woman nice and feminine.
They can be feminine, but they don't need you to survive. That's the best kind.
They don't need me to survive.
When you get one that needs you to survive, that's when you run into problems. Get one that don't need you to survive. She survives just fine without you. If you leave tomorrow, she'll be alright. Then you ain't gonna have no problem. Now if you get one that depends on your ass, that's when you run into problems.
Once you go out or date any of them, they all depend on you regardless.
No.
One way or the other. If it's not money, if it's not money, it's emotion. If it's not emotions, it's money. And sometimes it's both. And sometimes it's both.
Well, money's the worst part of it. You can deal with emotions.
Okay, resources.
Well,
Houses.
That's money.
No, money and resources are different. Money is just money. Resources like your house.
Well, yeah, that's money.
Men can be hypergamous. Yeah, but it's rare. Men are hypergamous in different ways, I guess. Men like women who are younger and fertile. For the most part. Unless you're Hamid. or Teofimo Lopez.
Hey man, we getting them old. What are you guys talking about? Talking about women with the YouTube.
Damn. My man said, SSG said, how many girls does the little man next to you have? How many girls you got? How many girlfriends have you had at your 11 years of age?
I got 3 of their numbers.
Damn, 3? You got 3 girlfriends?
Not girlfriends, but.
What? This man told me, cause I got 2. He said hang out with them equal times in the week, but hang around the one you like the most.
This man's giving you advice?
Bro, that's what he told me. He said,
yo, straight up.
The one I like most 4 days.
Can you put my charger in, Tori?
And the other one 3 days. He said hang around.
Yo, Dene, the next time I because you giving me some good advice.
What's horrible advice?
The next time I go out, the next time there's a girl, I'm asking for some advice.
Nah, boy, terrible advice.
Then they got some fans over there.
Where does Teofimo Lopez live? He lives in they say he lives in Brooklyn, but he trains. He grew up. He didn't grow up, but he trained. He made his name training in the South Florida amateur ranks at the Davy Powell. You go to the Davy Powell. There's a big picture of him right there. So he might not be from South Florida, but he's South Florida. So.
Brooklyn getting lit, boy.
David Benavidez versus Canelo. I like that.
Water.
I like that fight. I think Benavidez' size would really give Canelo some problems. Manny Pacquiao was getting lit with women before religion impacted him.
Damn.
Oh yeah, like Manny Pacquiao, like before 2010, like. Some people joke on they call him Sinner Pacquiao. Like, I'm a Sinner Pacquiao.
Boy.
He was knocking fools out.
Pacquiao getting them women.
And he was talking about, it's like, yeah, I used to womanize. If you hear him talk, I used to womanizing, gambling.
Bro, I ain't gonna judge nobody's lifestyle cut. Just get a woman that's financially stable. That's all it is. Easy equation, bro. Financially stable. No, you're gonna run into less problems if she's financially stable by herself.
Not always.
I said less problems.
That's not always the case, though.
What problem can you run into? She's financially
Feminism. How about that? Feminism.
You need to get one that's mentally stable.
Everyone wants to be treated with respect and love.
I agree with that.
So,
but some people want to be better than you.
Well, that's their issue. You can't fix that.
I heard Keith Thurman lost to Demetrius Andrade twice in amateurs. Yes, I think it might have been 3 times, but yeah, twice for sure. But yeah, he was the last person. If there's an interview, you can go watch. If you type in like Keith Thurman, Boo Boo Andrade, there's an interview where he was like, "This is the last guy to beat my ass." He's like, I'm not afraid to let it go. I always say, if you can beat me, then beat me. My mom beat my ass. This man beat my ass.
Damn.
Pacquiao used to be a crazy MF before religion. Yeah, he was. But I'm not gonna lie.
It's not most people.
Yeah. I mean,
Some people still
Man.
crazy.
I'm crazy now.
That's true. You're very religious. But you're a good kind of creep. You ain't murdering nobody, so that's good.
Not yet. I'm joking.
Boy.
Bum says, yeah, Lil Man is a player. Yeah, he's a player.
Who? Little
Dan
man?
A.
That ain't a good thing.
Oh, him?
I told Dan, listen, I tell you guys all the time. I'll say it while we're live. I said, this man, when them hormones start kicking in, and he sees a little Spanish girl, like high school, middle school. That's all.
Well, just know your mama ain't raising no babies, so
Yeah.
good luck.
You better not come back with no babies, Dan
I
A.
raise no babies.
Huh?
I raise no babies.
You're not raising no babies?
No.
Oh, so give me another black father that leaves the shop?
No.
You just say you're raising no
That's
babies?
not what I meant.
Okay, alright. I don't know what you mean, bro.
You're tripping.
Now Andrade is 2 weight classes higher. Yeah, he's significantly bigger than Keith Thurman now. You know, it's funny. It's funny when you go back and you look at some of these guys' amateur records. You see guys now who are like welterweights who fought guys who are like light heavyweights now. Like Sean Porter fought Alexander Usyk 3 times in the amateurs, and I think he beat him once. So, you got something to say, Tori?
No, I'm just trying to see where you seen those comments.
Oh yeah, they pop up when they comment.
Oh, okay.
The loyal TSS Army boy.
The little TSS Army, man. Just hit 22,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? I can't believe this shit.
I'm gonna buy you a cake one of these days for your mouse.
When I told Dan A, I said when I hit 50,000 subscribers, I'm having a party.
Oh, we should.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm letting you guys know. I don't know when this day is gonna come. Hopefully, probably sometime, like probably next year. Okay. When I hit 50K subscribers, I'm throwing a party. F it.
We should get a cake and
I'm
just
throwing
have
a party.
50 on it.
We're gonna go to some rooftop in Miami. I'm renting it out.
Damn, boy. I hope you're trying to think that he driving, man.
Okay. You know what?
What's up?
We're not going to Miami. F Miami. We'll find a rooftop here in Broward.
Exactly.
And we'll have a pizza party.
Boy, man, with all the crazy boys.
We'll invite what's his name? We'll invite Blake.
Blake? Oh, Blake Davis.
My man Blake. Hey, big shout out to my main man Blake Davis. He got a win last week against another tough fighter, Philip Saidi from Ocala. That was a war. Man.
That was a good fight.
At the press conference, like I'm gonna kill this dude.
Yo, for real. Yo, that boy came out with no punches, holding no punches though. He meant
Is
business.
that the one you went to, Tori?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole car was lit.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one.
If these fights were in the casino, I'll be alright, bro.
It was a
You know,
The casino just messed me up, bro. I got issue.
What?
Boy,
Oh yeah, it's
you
gambling.
are gambling problem.
boy, you don't have any gambling problems.
You're right, I don't go in situations to move.
That man made a profit and he came back with like 5 cents.
Someone said you getting that YT moolah. I mean, it's so great.
The white.
Yeah.
It's something.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's not that. Trust me.
It could be better.
It's
It
modest.
could definitely be better.
It's modest.
Don't get. Did you hear Floyd Mayweather is begging Khabib for a boxing fight? I keep hearing that.
He wants to fight Khabib.
Yeah, I've been hearing that. Like, yeah. He wants to fight Khabib in a boxing match.
First of all, Khabib not nearly as like he's not gonna sell as much tickets as like someone who talks like.
Bro, I want to see Khabib fight
Could
Floyd.
be a UFC fighter?
I'd actually,
Yeah.
I'd actually be more hyped for that than McGregor.
Well, he'll put more of a fight, but like
The
in
McGregor?
terms of like the pre-show before that, nah, it's not gonna be that exciting.
Isn't
He's
Khabib?
boring.
Isn't he like boring European guy? He's like.
Yeah, he's where he from? His religion is Islam, so he's like really chill. He doesn't really talk shit, bro.
Mhm.
So it's not gonna sell fight. Like Conor, you know he's gonna get whooped.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Exactly. He sold the shit out of that fight, so you know.
Floyd wants the easy payday like Golovkin.
Yo, shouldn't that
Bro,
be retired?
let Floyd come to the octagon, bro. They waiting, dog.
He is the octagon, boy.
Okay, come in the octagon. Then. He ain't want nothing.
Hey, what do you got? Hey, do any of you guys think Floyd Mayweather would do good if Floyd had time to train? Do you think he'd do good in the octagon?
No, boxers never have legs.
Boy, yeah,
They really have legs.
I thought I was-
He's tiny
I-
legs.
Yeah,
He's
they-
tiny.
They usually got twig legs.
I know one boxer who does have tiny legs. Manny Pacquiao. That boy got them soccer. He got them striker calves. He got bigger calves than Harry King. Have you seen?
Manny Pacquiao's one of the boxers that if he enters the octagon, he'll be alright.
He might.
Boy, he be like Bruce Lee.
Boy, you see the nation you grew up in, boy? You
Yeah.
gotta fight all around, boy.
That nigga eat,
On the
they
street.
used to eat ducks and cows and shit.
Exactly. I went man back. He's a fighter straight up. Well, Floyd, he don't want none.
Khabib doesn't even box. He just takes his opponents down to the floor.
Well, he has more power than Conor, so that's the only reason why he go pro. But he's still gonna get whooped.
Conor has more skill probably as a boxer.
The who?
Well,
Then Khabib.
he has more skill, yeah, but Khabib's a better all-around fighter. But if he's fighting Floyd, though, it's gonna be the same thing except Khabib.
Well, it'll be great. Everybody get excited. You'll get people who don't know anything about boxing. They'll come on.
It'll be.
Remember when we had that party at your house for the fight?
Bro.
You want to fight? Everybody who wants Mayweather on this side of the room. Everybody who wants Mayweather on that side of the room.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then who was it? Demi Lovato on the national. That's my baby. That's my baby.
Oh, that was so annoying, bro.
And then he's like, you guys let me break up, but you know what? My Mayweather homies are gonna back me up. I'm like, no, I'm not, boy. Shut your ass down and shut up.
I remember that part.
I knew Floyd would win. I didn't want it to go to the decision, but
I remember one time Floyd, he literally walked straight with he had no defense. He walked straight and then Conor like threw a jab like grazed his nose. That was hilarious.
Right, that's like fighting a novice, bro.
Someone said that dude can't box at all.
Oh, Khabib?
Khabib or Conor?
He probably not Conor.
Probably no, he's probably talking about Khabib.
Because your stance, the way you have to throw your
Conor can box good against MMA fighters, but against boxers, hell no.
There's a different technique.
Khabib sounds like he more.
Oh, you're talking about Khabib. You said Conor's much better boxer.
Yeah.
Khabib. Yeah, Connor's
more,
technique is better, but Khabib has more tools to his game in his sport.
Well, yeah, so not as a boxer.
And he has more power. So if he hits you, he'll rock you. In the last fight, he stood him up, bro. He said, we're going to fight hand and Conor. Because he talked about his wife and his religion.
Oh, man.
Khabib said, I'm going to kill your ass boy.
That's why I think Pacquiao is going to go ham tomorrow because Keith Thurman said in one of the press conferences, he says, I know many read the Bible, so I'm going to crucify him like Jesus on the cross.
You never insult man's religion. If you want to die.
Especially not Manny Pacquiao.
You want to die?
Bro, he looks like 2009 Manny Pacquiao. He look like Senator Pacquiao.
I'm not surprised he's still fighting, bro. Isn't he the leader of his country?
He's a beast.
He's the leader of his country still, though, right? Don't he have obligations?
Yeah.
We're still fighting.
Yeah.
Was he a minister?
He's 40 years old, yeah.
40, he's still boxing?
The guy he's boxing is 29.
Damn. 29?
Yeah.
Boy.
And undefeated.
Damn, boy, undefeated?
Keith Thurman, yeah.
What's his record?
Damn. Well, he probably
28-0 with 21 knockouts, I think.
When's that fight?
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Oh, on paper, Pacquiao look like he's about to get
It's I think the card starts at 7, but the main event probably like 10, 11 tonight. It's on pay-per-view though.
Okay,
I mean,
Yo, do you have money by any chance?
Me?
Yeah.
No, why?
Oh, never mind. Pay-per-view. I'm so pissed because I'm gonna have money in a couple of days. Like.
Oh, to go to the fight?
Like I'm saying I'm gonna have money in a couple of days, so if somebody gave me money, I could just pay them back easy.
Oh, that's true.
No, we were playing. Me and my dad, we were planning on going. There's this boxing gym.
Yeah.
It's in Boca or Delray Beach. They close Boca. Mm-hmm. It's called Delray Beach Boxing Club. In the boxing gym, in the back, they have a bar in the boxing gym.
Yeah.
And people go to this bar to watch the fights. I've never gone before, but me and my dad originally planned to go watch the fight at the bar because it only costs $10 a person to go watch the fight there, as opposed to paying for $60 for pay-per-view, so it's cheaper. Yeah. So we were planning on doing that, but my dad's car broke down.
Do you not use that site? You use that one time, VIP?
Yeah, we used it today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. I gotta tell you, thank you so much.
That shit has saved my life sometimes.
Yeah, it saved me a lot of.
Yeah, I use it too. Thank you.
That's all you have. That's your lifeline. I know. And plus, if VIP League doesn't work, I know like 4 others. There's VIP League. Yeah. There's First Row Sports, Sport Lemon, Crick Free.
We got some.
We're doing some free advertising now.
And good quality too.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. I need to get that VIP League sponsorship. Then I might get taken off YouTube for that.
Yeah.
Khabib wrestled the bear when he was young.
Yeah.
Khabib can't beat Conor at striking.
Yeah, Khabib's more like a jiu-jitsu type dude, probably.
Nah, Khabib's
like a wrestler.
Khabib's a straight mixed martial art.
He's like but his specialty is
Someone asked me Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. That'd be a great fight.
David Benavidez is the UFC fighter?
No, David Benavidez is a boxer.
Oh, there's another guy who was named the same thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of Benavidez that fight.
Yeah.
No, David Benavidez though, before he had the whole thing with the cocaine and lost his world title, like there's this guy who was the youngest champion in the history of his whole weight class. Like he won a world title like 20.
Bro, that's legit John Jones story.
Dude got busted for cocaine. They stripped him of his belt,
and
then now he's trying to get his title back. So
yeah, what weight class?
Super middleweight, 168.
Okay.
168. But Benavidez, in terms of raw talent, he is more talented than Caleb Plant. But I think Caleb Plant, that's one of the most interesting fights. I can't even. I'd probably favor Benavidez if his head is right. Who is Adrian Broner fighting next? I don't know, but the last I heard was they're trying to drag up Lee Selby from 3 classes up to fight him with his old cherry picking ass. So yep. You know, I don't know how many. How many people are watching right now?
11.
11.
I just checked it.
11. Yes.
Oh, that is your.
He's my admin. He's my admin.
I think one fight you would have liked from the event we went to last time was the one dude who knocked this other dude in like 30 seconds.
Listen, any fight sport, bro, I'm gonna watch it, bro. As long as it's exciting.
No, but you.
I don't like boring shit. So if it's a Mexican or Russian, or a real good technique.
Or a Japanese fighter.
Dude, what was that one you showed me?
There was a Japanese.
I'll tell you about him. So like that guy Naoya the Monster Inoue, that's his name. He's still undefeated. He's 18-0 with 16 knockouts. He's in this tournament that they have in boxing. It's literally the Champions League of boxing that they started like 2 years ago or a year ago. The people who made the Champions League trophy made the trophy for this tournament.
Okay.
So like some of the people who like ran the Champions League tournament are also involved with this.
Yeah.
It's called the World Boxing Super Series. Mm-hmm. So in his weight class, which is 118 pounds, he's actually in the final. In the first two rounds of the tournament, the first guy he fought Juan Carlos Payano, who was a former 2-time world champion, who never been knocked out. He knocked him out in 17 seconds. The next fight, his next fight, he fought an undefeated Puerto Rican world champion, and stopped him in 2 rounds. And then his next fight in the final, he's fighting Nonito Donaire, who's a future Hall of Famer, who's been a world champion in like 3 or 4 weight classes. Yeah. And if he stops him before like the 3rd round, he'll have won the whole tournament in less than 10 minutes.
How old is he?
He's 25 or 6.
This Japanese boxer, bro, wow. he look like a legit. He from a Bruce Lee movie. I don't know where this man comes from.
Yeah. When the final happens, you gotta watch it. The final will be. I don't know when it's happening, but when I find out, you gotta watch it.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro.
I was thinking of actually because I want to go to LA really badly because I've been dying for an excuse to go to LA. Yeah. They're saying the final might be at the Staples Center in LA.
Will it be next year?
No, this year. It'll be this year. So this year I'll go.
Boy sounds like a killer.
Nah, well, he just...
Yeah, I have him pound number 2 in boxing. I have a number 2 right now. Yeah. If he stops this dude in like 3-4 rounds, let's say he's number 1. He's like, but like literally like every time I watch him fight, I'm like this guy like it's ridiculous. I'm sick, bro. Like he's literally his last fight. He fought a guy named Emmanuel Rodriguez. He was literally undefeated Puerto Rican world champion. Never lost to nobody. Was 174-13 as an amateur. He took this dude and made him like an F-level fighter.
That boy said, "Oh, your stats going down."
That special monk training.
You got that perk. All your stats going down against the regular way.
There's this training the Japanese know called the iron shirt technique, where you can get hurt and not feel any pain at all.
Someone said the Hornets lost Kemba Walker. Yeah, I know. Don't remind me.
The Charlotte
Coyotes.
Boy, get Michael Jordan jersey, bro.
For what?
To play on the team.
Boy, he sucks. I hate Michael Jordan.
He's better than your whole team. He's the best player on the team.
Jordan him the fadeaway. Boy, he averages 20 points a game.
Benavidez and Tyson Fury are the lineal cocaine champions of the world. That's fucked up, but it's true.
Damn. Bro, why do a lot of fighters do cocaine, bro?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying, bro. All that
it's any fight sport, bro. What does cocaine do to you that makes you so like...
You know what I think it is? This is my theory on it. Yeah. I feel like when fighters fight, and like in a big championship fight or on TV, I feel like they get a high from it. So they look for that high somewhere else. So for some fighters, like that high is like women. Yeah. But then that gets old after a while. So then they're like, okay, what other high can I get it from? Cool. You know, they might go bungee jumping or something like that. Right. But some fighters like, you know what? I'm doing cocaine.
You know what gives you that same high? Helping people. Help them, man. Damn, you feel that same high.
Well.
Triple G versus Jaime Munguia.
What was that fight name that lost that real fat guy again?
Andy Ruiz? Andy Ruiz Jr. He fought Anthony Joshua.
Oh, Andy Joshua. Don't they have a rematch?
That picture was funny. That boy was over here.
Listen, if that boy enters the ring with you, he can fight. Alright? You ain't fighting no scrub. Once he enters the ring with you, boy, you never... Cause I saw highlights of that fight. That boy came in walking in like he thought he was going to win this, no problem.
He was literally saying the whole it was like, I'm going to be the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah. And the big boy had a whole other story put up with that. You got to work for this shit.
Yeah. The other dude was like ripped and the other dude was like
to be fair, he's always been that way. Like that Andy Ruiz. Yeah. You know Evander Holyfield? Yeah. when Evander Holyfield, like towards the end of his career, when this guy was like Andy Ruiz, when he was a prospect, and he was coming up as a young fighter.
Yeah.
I guess they were in the same gym one day,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this famous sparring session they had on YouTube, Evander Holyfield and Andy Ruiz. And I interviewed Evander.
Yeah.
And Evander said, "This guy Andy Ruiz has the only person I ever fought who could match my speed in the ring was Riddick Bowe and Andy Ruiz. That's it."
Bro, yeah.
And that's Evander Holyfield.
Listen, once you step into that ring, the man's a killer, man. Don't underestimate. That's how you lose. That's how you get knocked out.
But he was always underrated. Like he had a world title fight a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He fought a guy named Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker is like a good heavyweight. He's like literally like this guy Joseph Parker. He's not like these 6'6" heavyweight. He's like 6'3.5". You know, great combination puncher, good power.
Yeah.
And he's from New Zealand. This guy Andy Ruiz went to his guy's hometown to go fight him.
Yeah.
And he lost a close decision, but a lot of people thought he beat Joseph Parker.
Right.
So he had a loss, but a lot of people actually looked at him as an undefeated fighter. So he always kind of went under the radar.
Yeah. It's always the one that don't make too much money.
What made it even worse, what made it even crazier is like this fight with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was actually scheduled to fight somebody else.
Yeah.
And then the guy he was supposed to fight
Yeah, I remember
failed
that.
3 drug tests.
Yeah.
3. Okay.
Wow.
And then so they got Andy Ruiz on late notice.
Yeah. And then
Yeah. He's like literally. If he said, "Brendan, what's like the worst kind of fighter to fight on late notice? Or what type of fight?" I would have said it's Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. Cause he didn't make a good point because he didn't prepare for him. He was preparing for the other guy that's supposed to fight. So that is a. But you could see though. He came in and say, "Oh, big boy gonna get something."
And they were saying too, like they always say that when a fighter loses, but they make it. But like, there's these rumors coming out saying that Anthony Joshua had a concussion and got the shit kicked out of him in sparring and
before the fight.
Before the fight.
Nah, boy, he went that healthiest shit.
I mean, I think he just fucking lost.
Yeah, of course.
And I was going for him.
Of course, he
probably did.
So many people in Vegas probably lost their money on that bet, boy. Put money on the
It kind of sucks too, cause for him that was his American debut and he got folded up like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
God.
That was his first fight in America. Got folded up that way.
Bro, I blew up the internet for
Damn sure.
I didn't even know about boxing, but I saw that shit everywhere.
I was live on YouTube. I had my shirt. I was going crazy.
I was like, bro, Big Boy came to play. Nah, I'm them straight hands, boy.
Yeah, but if this guy Ruiz somehow, I think honestly, I don't want to admit it to myself because I like Josh, but I think he's gonna beat Josh on the rematch.
Nah.
I think he's gonna beat.
Cause Josh is gonna be prepared. He gonna know what he going into, bro. It's gonna be a war, but I think he gonna come with a win.
No.
It's gonna be by decision.
There's certain things that
or TKO.
Listen, the only reason I think he might win is because they put in the rematch clause that the rematch be in England. So maybe if he goes to this, they can rob.
They can rob Andy Ruiz.
But honestly, the way he fights, like because Anthony Joshua, I was telling Tori at the fights last week because sometimes you get a lot of these guys who have these big muscles, like I'm talking about they're bodybuilders. Boxing's not a bodybuilding contest. A lot of the times these big muscles can't punch the way out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Andy Ruiz, he just looks big because that's just how his body is. But
he can go run miles. He can go run miles, but like his body type.
He has the same amount of strength as Anthony Joshua.
Exactly.
He just look big.
Exactly.
So
like, well, Anthony Joshua, he's doing all this like next level sports science like bullshit, lifting weights and all this stuff. Like, cut back on the weights. Get back to boxing, okay? Yeah, because he's too tight.
Yeah.
4 or 5 rounds, he's huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
And like I'll the other day when I was like last week when I was here, I was watching the fight Klitschko in the living room, and I was observing it. I was like, dude spit out his mouthpiece in the 5th round of the Klitschko fight. The only difference between Ruiz and Klitschko is that Klitschko when he fought him was 40, and Klitschko couldn't push the pace like Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz on his ass the whole time, so.
Nah, but I still think you'll win, though.
I don't know. I really want him to win because I'm very pissed off that the dude.
It'll be decision. It'll be by decision. He's not knocking him out. It'll be by decision.
Yeah, somebody in the comments said never underestimate the Snicker King. Because Andy Ruiz has this thing where he eats Snickers right before he goes in the ring.
For real?
The commercial, eat a Snickers.
For real? You know you want to eat a Snickers.
It'll be by decision, but I think he's going to win. He's going to pull it out.
If he somehow wins, if Andy Ruiz wins,
it probably be fair because
he's going to be the biggest name in all of boxing. Because he's the first Mexican heavyweight champion ever.
Oh, he's Mexican.
He's Mexican, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Well, he's Mexican American. He's from like LA, but.
I was representing.
Boy, Mexican go fight, boy.
Yeah. They've been on a freaking winning streak. They've been winning all the big fights, the Mexicans, this year.
If it goes to decision, the rest are going to give it to Anthony Joshua because he's the popular name.
Prime Andy Ruiz versus Prime Vladimir Klitschko. Who asked me who I pick? I'm Klitschko.
Maybe Klitschko? I don't think you probably might pick Klitschko.
Wait, you're talking about Vladimir, right? Because if it's Vitaly, I think Vitaly will iron out Andy Ruiz straight up. But
I give it the big boy, man.
Vlad? Nah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah. I give it Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I saw Hassan boy. He's deceptively quick.
Really?
Vlad?
No.
Who, Andy?
Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz is
His precision.
Bro, Vladimir Klitschko fought this one guy. He fought this one guy twice. He fought him twice. He fought this guy Nigerian fighter named Samuel the Nigerian Nightmare Peter. All right. He won the first. They fought twice. Second fight, I think he knocked him out. The first fight, like it was close. It was close. Like Samuel Peter was on his ass. And Samuel Peter is not nearly as quick. Don't punch as hard. And ain't as good a boxer as Andy Ruiz.
Oh, okay.
Because with Klitschko, the way to be Klitschko is you gotta once you the thing is this jab. If you get past this jab, you beat him.
Alright. Oh, okay.
That's a younger one, right?
Vladimir, yeah, the one that fought Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and all those guys.
And Vitaly's his older brother?
But yeah, Vitaly is the one who looks mad as fuck all the time.
He's the one who put us asleep that one time, right?
Who?
Vladimir?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember
When he
that.
fought Brian, yeah. That was bad.
That fight was boring.
Yeah, Vlad had a lot of boring fights.
And then I think your boy Crawford fought after that, I think.
What?
I think Crawford fought that same day.
I think it was before.
That was before?
Before that day.
Oh.
Let me see. Did you see the scorecard the judges had for Ruiz? Joshua won. He won. They had to fight a draw or AJ had, and Ruiz dropped him 4 times, and AJ only dropped him once. Yeah, I saw the scorecard. Hey, you know how it is, man. But fair play. God bless Andy Ruiz. He took it out of the judges' hands.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't.
That's like me and you in fighting.
Boy. Listen, just so you know,
I dropped you 5.
that's my boy Hamid over there.
What's
Okay.
up, man?
We played Fight Night the other day.
Boy, I dropped this
He
boy.
beat my ass in Fight Night because
5 times, boy. The judges had him winning.
I would.
I dropped his ass.
Yeah, it was BS. I was really, I was outboxing the shit out of him.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, look at the punch
You
stats.
think so?
I was.
Boy.
But they make Mike Tyson.
I was learning you, boy. Bang, bang.
They make Mike Tyson so overpowered in that game. We cheating.
Ooh, the GOAT.
Mike Tyson. Now George Foreman's the GOAT that game. You play George Foreman?
Didn't I fight you with George Foreman?
I don't know. He fought me with Joe Frazier.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, George Foreman.
Boy, you had.
Yo, with George Foreman, you don't gotta do nothing, bro. You
You had the
play.
tally, bro.
You could.
You see the size of that man?
Yeah.
You had the reach, you had the power.
Bro, with George.
boy.
Bro, with George.
Pacquiao.
With George Foreman, you don't gotta do nothing. You can literally sit there and just trade,
Yeah.
and you win.
Bruh. That game is deceptively fun, bro.
Let's-
I'm so mad they don't make more fighting.
Yeah,
That game will be very popular.
it would. Let's go, champ Shannon Briggs. Yeah, shout out to Shannon Briggs.
Oh, he's still kicking?
Not fighting no more.
God.
he still like trolls everybody on Instagram. He's like, I'm fighting, I'm coming back.
I don't follow my Instagram, boy. That boy was so annoying.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, boy.
Let's go, champ.
I was like, nah. Every time I scroll my feed, it's something about him trolling or just saying, let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
I'm like, nah, boy.
He was in England recently for like 2 months, and he was on the
Follow
streets.
somebody?
No, he was on England. He was in England, just like he'd be walking. He'd playing those little beats they has in the back of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. He's somewhere in like Birmingham or like London.
Don't you get tired, bro? This man like 45
No.
years old, bro.
He's in top shape.
I know he's in top shape. Very
Not
good.
really, but
I mean,
he's not really
in
in top
top
shape.
shape for a 45-year-old. So,
well, he's like almost 50 now. He's like 48.
dang, he's 40 already.
Yeah, he's like
Don't
48.
your son box?
Yeah, his son just started training. I might spar
Oh,
his
he
son.
just started?
I might spar his son. Yeah. I might spar his
You
son.
gonna spar his son?
Yeah. Let's sparring.
Hey, brother, I like you. I want you to keep all the sons in your head.
Why?
The man's father is a boxer. Two-time
So
world champion.
my dad was a boxer.
Your dad was a two-time world champion.
So he's not his dad. Like he's not his
Well,
dad.
I know you're not his dad, but did you in your weight class?
No. Nobody's in my weight class. I'm a light guy.
I mean, how much you weigh?
Oh, 130.
What you in your weight class? Who you talking?
Not that gym.
I mean, I'll be good. I'll be good sparring back to you.
Yeah, I move. Work my moving. But yep, we've been live for like what, damn near 1 hour and 45 minutes. So on that note, we touched on what we needed to touch on. Teofimo.
I don't really like it.
I mean, this one is like a short one, so it's only an hour and 40 minutes.
I know you.
But the maximum you can go live on YouTube for is 7 hours. I maxed it out plenty of times.
What the fuck for 7 hours?
Who was watching for 7 hours? Who's talking for 7 hours?
Huh? People do. You'd be surprised.
I don't know.
One person says, "Bro, I've been here the whole time. I have you." Some people say, "I have you on the computer and I have the fight on my television."
Well, good on that guy, man.
Yeah, I ask the same question. Who the hell is listening to my ass for 7 hours?
I don't have the patience enough for even like a 15-minute video on YouTube, let alone 7 hours.
Yeah, the most I could watch on YouTube video.
If anything, I'll play you in the background while I'm doing something else.
Well, that's what they do. People play in the background, or like, sometimes they don't. Sometimes people say, "Well, I hate the commentator, so I put the fight on, I mute it, but I have you commentating."
Well, that's very true, yeah.
So people do that.
Can you do some football matches when there's only Spanish commentators, so I can just hear you commentate? That would be better.
What happened?
Like with some sport like the Europa League, all of them are like the Hispanic commentators and they talk too much, so I just have you talk live stream.
Go, yeah. LA12 says, Les or Bum City says he came to Scotland too. Everyone in the UK knows the champ, Cannon Briggs. Yeah, bro, he's very well known over there. You know what? Speaking of Scotland, I might be shooting over to Scotland when I'm over there in the UK.
You go to Scotland?
Yeah, because Glasgow, Scotland's not that far from.
Well, no, it's not. But I mean,
yeah,
you won't make that journey though.
It's not that far. Take a train. I mean, it's gonna be free. I'm gonna be freezing my ass off. I'll go.
Boy.
Speaking of Scotland, Celtic in FIFA 15 is overpowered. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, bro. You should have seen
if
it,
you
bro.
want to go back in FIFA 15.
So we played again. I was Celtic FC and he was Liverpool. Bro, I put Virgil van Dijk again as central attacking midfielder. That shit was lit, bro.
I think that they win every year, so that rating's gonna be so.
Bro, that shit was lit, bro. Virgil van Dijk, bro. Virgil van Dijk. What? I scored a goal from like 30 yards out with him.
What is he?
I don't know what he is. He's good enough though. And then there was another time like I was on the right wing. And then I did like a little lob right over two defenders, and then the dude kicked it with his left foot right past the goalie. And then there was another one where like his goalie came out and I crossed the ball, and Virgil was like headed it over two defenders and it went out the post.
Bruh, nah, boy.
Bro, it was lit.
You know what's funny? He might be Ballon d'Or winner. I think they're gonna give it to him.
Honestly, like
a Liverpool player gonna be the best player in the world.
I don't even care, bro. I like Virgil van Dijk so much. I don't even care, bro.
He is a beast though.
Like Virgil, you can't hate Virgil van Dijk. Like I mean,
you can't hate anybody in Liverpool to be honest with you. Okay, maybe like two people, but you can't though.
Mohamed Salah, Henderson,
How do you hate Salah?
Milner.
Boy, you cannot hate Milner, boy.
That's why he's like I probably hate him more than Salah.
I like Milner.
You got your mind.
Yeah.
He's like
well, actually, no. The Liverpool player I hate the most is Andy Robertson. What a twat. Like, Andy Robertson.
Oh yeah.
Because no, he was shooting his mouth at the end of the season. He was like, because we got to draw with them. He's like, oh yeah, well hopefully at the, they act like they just prevented us from winning the league. Like we did prevent you from winning the league. That's why we're celebrating, dumbass. You lost the Goodison Park.
He's basically saying where our trophies at.
True Schools was what fight did I miss tonight? Should I find and see? Oh, okay. Well, two fights you're gonna want to see. You're gonna want to watch the co-main event with Maximum Dashdar, whatever his name is, the guy who fought in the co-main event. He fought a Puerto Rican guy. It was a step-up fight, and he was 13-0. He took his first loss, but that really wasn't the story of the fight. He was getting, like, when I say his ass waxed, I mean he was getting waxed. And when I was watching it, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. So I hear his trainer, Buddy McGirt, goes to his corner and he's like, Please, stop the fight. Please. Let me do this. Please let me do this. Let me do this. Begs him for 45 seconds. So then eventually they stopped the fight. And then it got really bad for him. He couldn't even walk down the steps. He couldn't even walk down the steps.
They had to put him in a stretcher.
They put him on a stretcher. And now he has brain. And now he's in hospital. He's getting brain surgery. So.
God damn.
Yeah. So credit to Buddy McGirt. Had he not stopped the fight because there was a round left,
well, he would have died.
He probably would have died.
So he dies.
Buddy McGirt's here today. Obviously, you gotta watch that Teofimo Lopez fight because he did not look like his normal self tonight. He won. He did just enough to win, but it wasn't like the sensational Teofimo Lopez we're accustomed to seeing. So that was one fight. Cassius Chaney versus that fat guy. You might want to watch that one too because he knocked him out the ring and the guy got up, and then came back in the ring and got knocked down again. And that's really it. Those are probably the most notable fights of the night. Tomorrow there's plenty of notable fights. We have the heavyweight fight in the afternoon. Dillian White versus Oscar Rivas. That's going to be crazy. Dave Allen versus David Price on the undercard. That'd be another good heavyweight fight. Pacquiao's tomorrow, and that whole card is... Tomorrow might be the best day of boxing all year. It might be the best day of the year. It has potential to be the best day of the year. But I hate saying that because I said that one time earlier this year and it was horrible.
I never like to have any fight event. I just like to take it out when it's...
Yeah.
They hype shit up real bad.
Yeah.
And you just watch that shit
like Mayweather versus Pacquiao.
Bruh.
The fight of the century.
That was the most boring shit, bro. Oh my god. Didn't Pacquiao have a broken hand?
A sore shoulder.
Oh my god, bro. That fight was. It's like 2 old men fighting in the street. Nah, boy.
Yeah.
And Floyd Mayweather is already the fighter that you're not really explosive inside to watch. Cause he's a points fighter.
You should have seen when he fought Canelo.
Oh, that was a bro.
It was a paint job. It was a one-sided paint job. He was beating Canelo was bigger than him, and he was counter punching the shit out of him all around the ring.
Yeah, I said the rare Floyd Mayweather fight doesn't be fun.
Celtic is my rival team. Rangers fan here. Virgil Dijk is an awesome center back, though. Yes,
He's
Virgil.
a Ranger fan?
Yes,
Tell him I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry. My friend Hamid. You can tell him that to the camera, Hamid.
Boy, I'm sorry that you're a Rangers fan.
He supports Arsenal, so you can be sorry for him too.
You're basically the top number of your league, bro. I'm sorry, dog. you ain't win nothing for a long time unless Celtic dies. Boy.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, I don't really follow Scottish football too closely, but I do like Celtic.
You know why? Because it's predictable. That's why I don't watch the French league. PSG gonna win.
Will you be live for the Dillian White fight tomorrow? 100% I'll be live for that fight. Yes. Okay, then, does Mike Lee have the power to test Caleb Plant? Yes, he does. Is can he land it? You know, he's a bigger guy naturally. I think he might actually hurt Caleb Plant at one point tomorrow, but I'm going to go with a Caleb Plant decision. Vladimir Klitschko is the greatest. He's cool. I got to stay awake for another 20 hours to see Manny Pacquiao LOL 7:40 a.m. here, and I woke up at 3:30 a.m. just for the Teofimo Lopez fight. I appreciate that, Bum City. You're always here sticking it out with me, so appreciate it. I'm gonna stay live for like 10 more minutes because then it'll be 2 hours. I've been live. It don't even feel like it. Does it feel like 2 hours to you?
No.
Well, I just
It feel like it just hit out.
Yo, time just flies by. Like,
I feel like it just hit out.
I be going live for like 7 hours and like that was it.
Boy, that's your mind, bro.
But for them 7 hour ones,
I'll be just be eating, bro.
no, for them 7 hour ones, I be behind the camera.
Okay, alright.
You think I'm like what, boy?
I don't know.
People ask me, well, what are you eating? What kind of snacks? What's in the bag?
Actually, no. I remember watching one of your lives one time. You got up. I think Alex was there. You got up. Alex took over. You got some meat. You come back. I said, bro, what the hell?
Yeah, like one time we were on live for 7 hours. I had my dad and Alex. I get tired. Damn. And back at the old apartment, I used to the way I had my set up. Yeah. I used to have these bright ass lights. So I would be these bright ass lights be my eyes for 6-7 hours. I'm like, I'm tired. I can't do no more.
Dang. Yeah, I just remember I haven't met your dad since I got back.
You haven't?
Nah.
Oh damn.
Me neither.
Mike Lee looked big in the weigh-in. Yeah, he's the naturally bigger guy, so it's expected. But he's fight. You know, hopefully Mike Lee, for his sake, hopefully he can stop the horrible run of form that all these Chicago fighters have been under. I mean, one of my best friends in boxing got stopped on freaking Fox. Adrian Granados. He lost. Then Joshua Greer, he won his last fight, but I mean, didn't look too good. Eddie Ramirez got ironed out by Antonio DeMarco. I mean, Chicago fighter has been like this, so hopefully he can win the big fight for Chicago. But speaking of Chicago, shout out to my man Paul Martinez. I don't know if he's here right now. He probably not because he'd be commenting if he was here, but he's there in Chicago right now. I'll be here for the White Rivas live stream. I don't know about Pac Thurman though. If my body allows it, I guess. Yeah, man. Hey, do what you can, man. But I appreciate you being here even for this one. White Rivas would be a good fight, man. I really think White Rivas could be the fight of the year. It's. I mean, I hate saying that, but I mean, just style wise, I mean, Dillian White is probably the second hardest puncher in the entire division behind Deontay Wilder. Oscar Rivas is probably the fifth hardest puncher in the division. So, someone's getting. If that fight goes 12, I will be shocked beyond belief if that fight goes 12.
Why don't see KOs? All people get.
No, these are two heavyweights with a 85+% knockout percentage.
All right, then I'm gonna see someone.
One is a black British dude from Jamaica. The other one is from Colombia.
Jamaica? Oh yeah, somebody hit the back. Either hit one or the other.
Oh yeah, this Jamaican. This guy's in Dillian White. He's like a top 5 heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's probably the best heavyweight who is not a champion. He's been the number one contender for like one of the belts for over 2 years, and Deontay Wilder won't give him a shot. Bro, his left hook is the craziest. Is like one of the craziest punches.
Boy, yeah, all them vagabond boy. Bam.
He's only lost one fight. He lost to Anthony Joshua.
Damn, I'm defeated. I don't fuck with that.
Damn.
Once you get that one L, boy, I'm moving on to the next undefeated.
But why? We can't.
Boy, you gotta be undefeated, boy.
Why?
It's a brand.
Andy Ruiz is undefeated.
He is undefeated?
He's not undefeated. He has a loss.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't think I don't support him.
So Deontay Wilder's undefeated.
Yeah, I support him.
Until he loses.
To lose, yeah. Now I'm gone.
How about the Japanese guy? What? Naoya Inoue. How about when he...
He's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Of course he is.
But what if he loses?
Boy, you gonna, I mean, this man's like a video game character. If he loses, then the other guy's on steroids.
Yeah, Teofimo was looking trouble. Yep. I mean, it was what it was, man. He fought a guy who was taller than him, who knew how to use his jab really, really good. Landed the straight right hand plenty of times. And honestly, he looked like he... I don't know if you heard me say this already. I don't know. I think I said... I don't know if you were here when I said this. Don Flamenco. Good to see you, Don, again. You're a little late, but good to see you. Don, earlier I said that. I said I think Teofimo psychologically is going to be affected by getting married so young. I truly believe it.
Well, he's making cash, so it depends. Does his woman work or she's?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really much information about her.
Well, she's 27, so I'm assuming she has her own thing going on.
Hopefully.
But who knows though?
You never know with these ones. But
20 though, boy.
21.
Man. I always said you're gonna get married young. At least have money.
20. I mean,
that's young. Boy.
I mean, he's getting money, but I mean, he hasn't made like the big money yet.
Nah, but I mean, you can afford it though.
I mean, I want to see what I want to see how if he well, I don't want him to lose because I like him, but like if he got stopped back-to-back times and retired, I want to see what would happen.
And retire?
Yeah, well, I want to see.
I'm gonna leave him real quick, boy.
Well, I want to see how she react. I want to see if she stay with him. You think you stay with him?
For like a year, and then once you realize this boy retired and you're really not coming back, she done.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, it wasn't the sensational Teofimo Lopez we're used to seeing. If that guy shows up in the ring against Richard Comey, his ass is grass. Yeah, he won his fight, so now he's fighting. His next fight's fighting for a world title against this guy from Ghana. Guy can punch. He got the African power.
Boy, people in Africa, boy, they have to fight in the streets every day, dog. When they get in that ring, that's just life for them.
Oh, good point, Don. So like, what's funny is Keith Thurman, who's fighting Manny Pacquiao, he got married recently, and tomorrow his Pacquiao fight is actually it's his second fight since he got married, but it's his first big fight since he got married. It's really his first, and it's also the first fight his wife will be in the crowd for. So he said, we'll tell you tomorrow when Keith Thurman fights Pacquiao. Yo, if Keith Thurman gets stopped by 40-year Pacquiao, I don't want to hear it.
If you get stopped by Pacquiao, she's like, damn, I gotta look at Pacquiao real quick. This boy leader of the nation ain't knocking you out.
But I watched the documentary on Pacquiao.
Real quick.
Bro, Pacquiao has like sports bars and stores all over the Philippines.
Listen,
Manny Pacquiao Plaza.
Your body doesn't go as well, especially.
He's so bro. He's like crazy disciplined. Like he's like crazy.
No, I know that. Yeah, but like.
Bro, he don't be having like sex for like 4 months.
When he's training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guys like to have sex before they think because it loosens them up. But that's sometimes.
Evander Holyfield, I have a video coming out about this too. I had to talk to him, Riddick Bowe, about this. He told me that he had sex during every single training camp, all of his fights, even the biggest ones against Tyson and Riddick Bowe. But he just made sure he didn't have sex like before he worked out. It was always after.
That's true.
Yeah. But he made sure. Yeah. He's like, why wouldn't I? I sleep better. Tomorrow's fight, I hope at least goes 6 rounds. Yeah, I hope so too.
I want to tattoo my chest 6 rounds.
Oh man, Keith Thurman, the type of guy to retire if he loses the pack, man, and say he suffered a career-ending injury. Thurman seems soft lately. I think you're right. I mean, look. He's not the Keith one-time Thurman that many of us fell in love with. You know, he's not the guy that was saying, "Don't duck me, son." He's not that guy anymore. But even though he's not that guy anymore, he's still undefeated, world class, prime welterweight. So, you know, I think listen, I maintain I don't think he's getting stopped. I don't think he's knocked out, but I think Pacquiao will earn a unanimous decision victory. I think Pacquiao will outwork him. I think Keith Thurman is going to come out the first 3 to 4 rounds because he's been focusing on his training camp on more strength and conditioning stuff, which is something he's never done his whole entire career. He's going to try to hurt him early, make a statement in the first 4 to 5 rounds. If he doesn't do it, Pacquiao's going to outwork him, and he should get a decision, but you just never know. But I think he should get a decision.
You think he's going to get a decision?
Yeah, I think he'll go 12.
I think around 8 knockout.
For who?
For Manny.
For Manny?
Yeah. Work that way.
All right, well, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. So with that being said, I'm about to get out of here because I just want to, honestly. But
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
because I know tomorrow I'm gonna be live all day long.
7 hours.
Let's see the UK fights. The cards start at like 3-4 p.m.
I like brother's face. That's telling me kind of close.
Yeah,
Like
probably
3 to 4 hours probably.
probably longer. I'll probably live the whole day. I'll probably be live from 3 p.m. to like 1 a.m.
Oh,
Okay.
I've done it before.
Oh my god, bro.
I've done it before.
Jesus, you just said the time limit 7 hours. That's more than 7 hours.
Well, if it runs out, I just put a new one. I just put a new one.
he'll be live for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Boy.
And people will watch.
I know that, but damn, you don't get tired.
No, I'm a human being. I do get tired.
Well,
But like when the fights are going on, the adrenaline's going on, I'm getting excited. Like I'm not really thinking about how tired I am.
that's true.
Alright, well, we're on the 2-hour mark. Make sure you subscribe.
Keep pitch it to it, Danny. Pitch it to him.
Make sure you subscribe, hit the post notification so you don't miss a video.
Ooh.
And, yeah, I got you.
Hold. He's back? Yo, so Thunderdome Boxing Talk is back on YouTube. This guy, he's my favorite channel. He's part of the reason I started making boxing YouTube videos.
Yeah.
He's literally went into hiding for like 10 months. I have his number. I call him. He don't pick up. This guy told me he's back. Is he really back? Did he post a video, Don? They were like, what? Inform me. Did he post a video? Was it a Facebook post? Inform me. Be detailed. So you can't just drop news on me like that and not be detailed. I think he's live now. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna end my live. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go watch. So you guys have a nice time. Like I said, every single day, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll be live for White, Rivas. We'll be live for Pacquiao, Thurman. Fighting Mad sponsors, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, phone cases, promo code TRUE20-July, 20% off all sales in July. Well, stay tuned for all the Bo Holyfield stuff coming out next week. It's gonna be about 10 to 15 clips coming out next week. And with that being said, like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving things. So until next time, take care, guys. I'm gonna go watch Thunderdome now.